live! We got it!
We are
Hey! Hello, everybody!
Here
Those of
we
you who
go.
might hear this, we've seriously been trying to get live for the past, like, what, 5 to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So...
You've got to love tech difficulties on the first stream of the new year.
Ooh.
But hopefully not as many as fucking last stream.
Mercy sakes.
Look, as long as we don't have like 20 minutes where there's no sound, I will be happy with that. Because, oh my lordy.
Someone check our sound just in case.
I did. I'm looking at it.
I had to edit that part out. That was so annoying.
Whenever we do my entire recap thingamabob, we're going to have to, like, we're going to be missing one because the recap was in that 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we aren't we?
Yeah.
Fine, it's fine. Oh, Rain, did you show them the new thing you're wearing?
Yeah, the Beauregard Lionette sleeveless cardigan.
It's so cool. I'm jealous.
It's pretty cool.
A new headband.
Nice.
I can't see you, Charisse.
No.
I can't...
What was that noise? Just,
Oh, Chaotic's here and it's early morning.
Damn,
love you
Chaotic.
so much.
That's commitment.
Hi, Chaotic. Well,
We
it's early
love
morning
you.
for you guys.
Yeah.
For me, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, Chaotic, just to double check. The other 3 have audio this time, right?
Hello, hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Remind me that I can't murder Sophie for playing session this early.
No, we can find. We can't murder her, but we can break a couple limbs.
You know what? Oh, good news though. Good news though. I don't have to leave as early. And because my work got canceled, and I did try and like see if they wanted to move the session, so I didn't just like be like, oh well, we're still getting up early. So you know, I did ask if y'all wanted to move it. So you know.
Here's the thing though. Harry would have had to figure out on it.
Yeah.
And then the problem came in is that I'd already planned mentally to be up this early.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to be taking up my entire day playing session.
Same.
Yeah.
Other plans today. Now a nap will be included in these plans, but I do have other plans today, which includes cutting these bangs so they're no longer in my eyes.
I thought I was about to get threatened again.
That's later, Sophie. Later.
With
yeah.
Caesar. My bangs are being threatened with Caesars.
Salad?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry.
Have it enough times. Any salad can be a Caesar salad.
Yep.
I can't threaten my bangles like Caesar. That would stab my head.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't think that would work out well for me.
Damn, Chaotic.
Oh.
I can't read the comments right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
All right.
Oh, by the way, I feel like we should let people know. The Misty Owl Discord is down. It is dead. We're trying to get a new one, but somebody, Rain, fill in words for me, please.
Yeah, someone's an absolute fucking dickhead. Hacked my account and deleted all my shit, which included that Discord.
Oh. What happened? Sorry, guys.
And then tried to extort me for $20 by contacting me through my own fucking account.
What?
Oh, I didn't know about that part.
That was fun.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything. I left him on red.
Nice.
Nice one.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was nothing of value on my account, so I'm not surprised it was. So I'm honestly offended that it was as high as 20, because my account was worthless aside from the Misty Owl stuff.
That's what gave it the $20. That was the real reason behind the asking price.
Mm.
But yeah, we're going to be bringing up a new one at some point. Don't worry, we're still here. We'll let you guys know when that's all up again. So yeah, fun little hiccups right there.
Done through Instagram in the meantime.
Yeah.
Yes. So you know the updates. I'll be doing the updates on Instagram as usual.
At Misty Owl Gaming.
At Misty Owl Gaming, yes. Oh, also, while we're talking about shouting out channels, at Tabletop Harry.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? Deal with it. Deal with it. You deserve it.
Don't like the attention.
You deserve it.
Someone who decided to stream with us.
Trish. It's easier when I'm not the only one. It's easier when I'm not the only one, okay?
But yeah, he does minis. He paints minis, and they're really good. And one of them is that he just made is a zombie with a stick coming out of it.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of those I'm painting up right now. It's part of a big project, so I'll be putting that up on the Instas. And I may have got some stuff that's going to help me do some really cool things on there. I don't know why I'm talking like this. But yeah, I'm going to start doing more reels and that sort of thing. So just posts. Next one is going to be going up on Friday. So check that out if you'd like, or not. Up to you. But yeah, thank you, and thank you, Sophie, for making me feel embarrassed. I'm gonna go lie down.
Did I not have a time to help?
I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, we got any other announcements, things to talk about beforehand?
No.
My voice is dead, so if I sound funny, sorry.
Speaking
So
of,
there's gonna be a lot of
Cherise,
scenes.
recap.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, where did last session start? I remember being mad at Sophie.
So last session proper started with, I believe, Sage picking up the ring from Safi.
Mhm.
I didn't pick up the ring. Oh,
Wait, we
no,
have
no,
them traveling with us. Yes.
Did it
Favorite
start with the
NPC.
vampire attack?
What?
Sorry,
The
what was that,
vampire-
Cherise?
Start with the vampire attack, or was it before?
Before.
No, there wasn't
No,
a vampire attack last session. I
It
don't
was
think.
right after the vampire attack.
So
Yeah.
right after the vampire attack, and Sage and Paz had their little interaction about what actually constitutes as social skills.
That was funny. Oh, we had one of Snurn's best lines yet.
I don't
Come
remember.
on, Rain, you know it.
No, I don't.
Check back in the last stream to find
Oh.
out.
No, that was 2 sessions ago.
That was 2 sessions
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, right. This is episode 4. Right.
So we went to the tavern, and we were like, let's get breakfast. And we were like, oh, let's have plans for today. And Paz was like, I will totally come with you to the ring shop. And Sage was like, no, you will not. And then Snurn took off, and and then Sage took off, yelling at Paz that Paz was on kid duty. And then Paz said, hey, nope, and went to the ring shop instead. Sage went somewhere else because she was just like, we're not going straight there because I don't like this plan. And so Paz is the one that actually ended up picking up the ring. And then Snurn went to you went to was this the session you went to the magic shop, right?
This was the session that I went to the magic shop to get the sword enchanted.
Yeah.
You went to the magic shop, and what's the one with the racism thing, or was that the
That
session
was the
before?
black.
That was-
no, that was the magic shop guy. Yeah, which I made him
Yeah.
feel like shit.
Wasn't that the session before?
The session before. Hold on.
Well, but
Yeah.
then no, because I got it enchanted last session.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That was all in one session.
Yeah.
We went to the magic shop, and we were like, "Hey, my dude," and Snurn was just like, "Fuck you, I'm 12."
Hey,
So I'm
dude.
definitely an
That's the
adult.
line I was talking about.
Well, yeah, but I'm
When
pretty
I
sure that one was 2
No.
sessions ago.
You're just proving my point.
In any case, though, eventually Snurn got the spoon sword and got the canted. We all met up because we were. This is the session. Was this the session that we went down? Yeah, this was the session we went down.
Oh, frickin' Victor.
And so we went. So eventually, we all met up. Sage got her ring from Paz and managed to avoid the entirety of the jeweler. But Paz
For
set up
now.
at this point in the session, she managed to avoid the jeweler.
Hey, Safi is a heart of gold, all right.
I like Sapphire is amazing. Does not. Oh, anyway, so eventually we all meet up. And we go down to the dungeon to talk to this dude about Barovia. That was correct. I got it right. Ha! I
Yeah,
can't believe I got it
Barovia.
actually played right. I got so someone's place right. We went down to the dungeon, and Paz gave us like these little handkerchief things to try to cover the smell. And who else was in the dungeon? It was someone that was in line for the throne.
That prince guy who was talking about mental health.
Yes.
He was cool.
Chatted
Yeah,
with
brother
him,
to the king.
with him for a couple minutes. Then we went into the dungeon and we interrogated the dude. The dude did not give very much good information. He was not very helpful.
He gave information, all right.
That wasn't the point of Victor. He's supposed to tear you apart at the seams.
I know, it's so great. I
almost succeeded.
With Paz. It's so fun. But in any case, so it got revealed that Paz actually has been to Barovia. And
she's from Barovia.
And she is actually was called a daughter of Barovia. With this information, Sage kind of got a little angry and
Paz was like, "Oh crap! Didn't want to have this conversation today."
But it turns out it wasn't just Paz, was it? There was a child of Barovia.
We're getting to that. So.
Oh, sorry. Spoilers.
Party split up. So then the party split up a little bit because Paz was just like, "I'm leaving you," and she was mad.
Whoa.
She comes back. Don't worry, guys. So Sage and Snurn got to chat for a little bit, and Snurn admitted that she is also from Barovia, but lived in the underground and was part of a little army. And they had a little bit of a bonding moment because Sage wasn't as mad because at least Snurn came forward herself about it. Then finding out through a third party. So then they were making fun of Paz. And when Paz returned.
And Sophie by proxy.
Haha, very funny.
Paz returned, and then Sage and Paz got in a bit of an argument. Paz threw down a necklace, made a kind of a not very nice joke against Paz, asking her if she married the vampire did. So it wasn't a very nice joke.
No.
They eventually got kind of settled. Basically, like Paz, I was kind of like, I lost my family. But at that, and Sage was just like, okay, I'll hate your guts, but okay. Crap, what happened immediately after that? Did we just go to bed, or was there something else that happened?
We went to bed, and then we went to leave with the caravan.
In which case, Sage now has learned what Paz has been trying to set up, which is basically, it turns out the caravan that we're traveling with is the freaking jewelers. It's Sapphire's caravan. So,
merchant caravan, but Sapphire's a big part of that, yeah.
And so Paz got drunk, to this, and showed up to this caravan drunk, and was just like, "Me, your friend," and then Sage disappeared. Sage was like, "No." And so then Paz was just like, "Oh, you shy little cat." The last thing I remember, we left.
This session is the session where Sophie gets to cause problems.
Which one?
This campaign I meant.
I was going to say, narrow down the session.
Yeah, I meant to say campaign, but the word session came out of my mouth instead.
Whether it's in character or IRL, I'm just messing.
You never know. You never know.
Just for the lack of energy with this recap, it's morning. My voice doesn't like me. So, but yeah, this is what happened.
Well done, Charisse. As always, I cannot fault those intros.
Amazing.
And there was
always.
one other thing that happened that I feel like I have to mention because I love it. Snurn having her ongoing rivalry with that squire, grew a third eye due to the wild magic table, scared him into unconsciousness. Paz told her to. Wasn't it Paz that was trying to wake him up?
Yeah.
So then Snurn goes, "Yeah, I got it, I'll wake him up," and kicks him at a certain spot that it ended his family line. I'll say that much.
The squire who has such a high voice already. If I were to do it, only dogs would hear. I forgot about
Forgot
that.
about that. Oh my gosh, I forgot. You did
My
that.
mind tried to repress that memory.
Oh my goodness.
Party is
Okay.
a menace to society.
Yeah, you guys are a menace to the society built in this. This is exactly what running a
Menace
D&D
to
campaign should be.
I'm a menace to the society. I'm a menace to Sage.
Who is a part of the society.
Very
And I'm a
sweet
menace
part.
to everybody but Sage.
Why Sage likes Nerd.
You'll learn to like Paz. It's
Die
inevitable.
first. She'll die first trying to frontline.
Oh my goodness.
Frontlining her,
Okay.
she'll die before Sage likes her.
That was one time.
For now.
It was twice.
Oh.
Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into a session, guys. First session of the 2024 on Misty Owl Gaming. Let's do this.
Fuck yeah.
So, as we left off, you guys had joined the caravan and were preparing to make your way west. The journey would be taking 3 days from the gates of Emparica all the way to the edge of the Vale, which, as a reminder for everybody, players and involved, is a sort of a magical barrier that divides Barovia and the rest of the continent. This is how you'd be making your entrance into Barovia. And as such, you join this caravan to help travel there. So, as you begin your travels along this caravan, the day starts off quite peacefully. You leave sort of early morning, sort of around 9 a.m. Not entirely dissimilar to the time that some of you are experiencing right now. And much of the first day is spent traveling through forest, past villages. In fact, by the end of the first day, you would have passed by a rather picturesque town called Medivane, which has a lot of history within this world itself. But it's renowned for its vineyards. And as you pass by, you see workers just hacking away at the vines. You see kids running around playing stones. And like I say, it's coming towards the end of the day at this point, so you see the odd person starting to stagger towards some of the taverns and wine tastings that take place within the town itself. All in all, a good first day of travel. It's nice weather, sun shining for a change. And as the day comes to an end, you guys pull into a nearby clearing and you begin to set up for the night. You see one of the caravan leaders begin to give orders, handing an axe to a slightly scrawny-looking young lad and telling him to go into the forest and get us some firewood. This kid, not being able to carry the axe all that well, just sort of walks into the woods like this, just clutching onto this axe.
Snern just leans over to Sage and goes, "He's gonna die."
Here, you're with Paz. Sage is currently hiding from Paz.
Fuck, right.
Wasn't Sage like at the back of the caravan in relation to everybody else?
Yeah, she's basically hiding out in one of the caravans. Like she chose one that like was different one than everyone else and hid.
Well then, Snern says nothing because she knows Paz won't agree.
Actually, on the topic of Sage being hidden, Charisse, I'd like to make the first roll of 2024. Give me a stealth check.
Ooh.
Because at this point, merchants are starting to get tents out, starting to remove some wares for the night. I want to see how well you're hidden.
23.
Okay, 23.
I'd like to say something.
You see... Okay.
I just rolled a nat 20 for a 24 on perception.
Okay.
Found me.
So as you're sort of hidden underneath a bunch of tarp and furs. So Sage is currently hidden under we'll say the furrier's caravan. Lots of furs and other goods right over the top of Sage. And as you are hiding there, you begin to hear voices and just the shuffling around of different objects as the large tents are being drawn out. as well as makeshift sort of sleeping arrangements. There is a moment where you think you may be spotted as something brushes against your foot. But nobody spots you. You continue to be well hidden, as you would have been over the course of the day. But you may have been spotted by a member of your party. And that's not going to leave that. Because I know that Rain will probably like to try and cause some chaos at some point. I'm going to leave that as it is. At this time, is there anything that anybody wants to do?
Well, so I have decided this is how I'm starting every single Strahd stream.
Oh dear.
Snurn pulls out her water skin that is now full of soup and takes a sip of the wild magic soup.
Dang it.
What soup is currently being tasted by Snurn?
Let's roll on the wild magic table and find out.
The different flavors have different effects?
Fire. Just fire.
No, so I got a 12, so this is gonna be fun.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear, I don't know what that means.
So Snurn walks in the direction of Sage and like gets into a spot where she's visible but doesn't do anything, just sits down, takes a sip of her soup, and Sage, you just watch as Snurn, the 3'2" Snurn, shrinks down 3 inches. She is now 2'9".
Oh my god.
And a half.
Or sorry, 2'11".
Okay. Yeah, you.
Side eye.
I'm bracing myself.
What? Why? We wouldn't dare make any sort of humor.
Yeah.
I say we're making a humor. I literally just said and a half.
I know.
Okay, you
Sorry, go ahead.
Is that your
Well, so one thing. So is Sage hiding in like a pile of fur? Or
would you be hiding in a pile of fur, Sage?
Or like where is Sage hiding? Is what I'm asking.
Well, she's currently hiding in the furrier's carriage. Not to be confused with the furry's carriage. And at this point, I would say, yeah, sort of hidden underneath various various tools and various bits of fur, and this it's sort of like a sort of a pile's been made, and she's sort of found away underneath it.
Snurn just pulls out a small piece of paper, scribbles something on it, wraps it around a gold piece, and chucks it in that direction.
No. Okay.
It landed, so like, and I guess Sage is kind of like, you just see like a pod just go.
And just on the note, it reads, this gold piece is this gold piece bets that the kid that they just sent out with the axe is gonna die.
God damn it.
Snurn just has an active hatred for all children.
Yes.
Is that not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Caught on to that at this point.
Honestly, yeah.
It's not necessarily she's a hatred for children. She is a hatred for the weak.
Wow.
Snurn's over here like survival's the fittest, mother truckers.
Like, for like a second, like a flash of like a thumbs up, and then it's like back in.
And then Snurn just walks away because she knows Sage wants her space.
All right, cool. I'm guessing will Sage stay where she is for the time being?
She's kind of like watching, like, and listening, in like the camp. Basically, her goal is to stay here until Paz passes out finally.
So she passes out.
Negative inspiration.
No. Nice.
No, I can't do that, unfortunately. Like mechanically speaking, there's no.
I know.
No. If I could, I would. Yeah.
Well, then just impose disadvantage for the next minute.
No. No.
I'll bear that in mind.
No.
Talking of Paz, Sophie,
Yes.
what is Paz currently doing at this point?
I think by now she's kind of like pulled out her lute and she's kind of just like strumming on it. Just kind of chilling.
Rapids.
Has she been drinking during the carriage ride?
Yes. She's
Give
still
me a performance
working.
check. Give me a performance check with a disadvantage.
Oh.
Well, because you're drunk. You're not going to be able to. I almost said you're drunk. You're not going to be able to do the fingering properly. Strings.
I
with
think that
the
makes it up
strings.
there.
Please tell me, parents. Sorry.
Well, they're not
Seriously,
right
the worst
here, but
luck
I
with
am in
that.
my house.
Quick, Harry, say something loud and offensive.
No, please don't.
No, no, I'm not going to get us canned. What was your roll? Sorry. And that one.
Yeah.
Ping, pong, ping, pong. Is all you hear as Paz is almost violently beating this guitar just out of sheer desperation to just play something. And as just the discordant sounds are coming out of this thing, people are just returning and looking really confused for a second, sort of going, okay.
New Year, woo!
And yeah, someone is celebrating New Year like 7 months too early, and then just going back to their routine.
So as Snurn walks back into that carriage, Cookie just flies through the air, hits Paz in the head, lands in her lap, and there's a piece of paper wrapped around it.
Ah, what? She opens the
It
the
just says,
note.
"You're nice, but please stop."
He puts the lute down. Maria.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
She's not hiding
very
at all. She's in her
religious.
clunky chainmail armor just at the beginning of the carriage.
Oh. Hey, Stern. He's drunk.
Put it down. Put it down.
Puts it down.
Just
And somewhere right in the area, you
telekinetic
hear
movement forces the loot over into her own hand.
Stern, give that back.
Don't play it. You're bad at this.
Hey, I am not bad at this. I'm just a little drunk.
Yeah. So right now you're bad at this.
we can tell.
What? Who said that?
No one.
Freaking ghosts in this caravan.
It was nobody.
Give me my loot. Give me my loot.
Don't play it till you sober up. Or I take it again.
Cat's honor.
Cats don't
Give me
have honor.
my
Cats are dickheads.
Give me my loot. I won't.
She just
Also,
Fine.
rude.
she just
Fine,
like
I won't.
telekinetically moves the loot back over.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, over the next couple of minutes, you'll start smelling the sound of coffee as somebody is starting to make up a batch. Because they feel sad for the poor cat that's drunk as a skunk.
Don't feel bad for the cat. It's her own fault.
There's a lot of cat hatred in this group today.
Gracious sakes.
Cats are
Thank-
dicks. It's just a fact.
I mean,
It's like saying
my
cats have
cat
claws.
Henry-
It's never untrue.
Cats do have claws.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Good
my
job,
autistic side of my brain just did not get that.
That was funny.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, alongside the coffee starting to be made, you also start seeing people starting to get ingredients out. Things like bread, various sort of long-lasting vegetables, and what looks to be some bits of like bone and that sort of thing. And just all assembling it in a big pot. After about half an hour, the scrawny little kid comes back, staggering under the weight of just a couple of logs.
You just
And he
hear,
sort of
God damn
running
it.
to and fro. I did the
Paz
best
goes
I
over.
could!
Paz goes over and takes a couple of the logs. She's still drunk, but she wants to help.
A couple of the logs.
Yeah.
Okay, you take all of the logs out of his hands.
Yeah.
Because he can only manage 2.
Oh.
He's not very strong.
Oh, guy.
He goes, thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you.
It's all right. No worries.
I'm gonna go try and grab one more. Maybe that'll help. Okay,
You
bye. And just sprints off into the
Friggin' speed demon.
As he runs off, you just hear him going, "I'm sorry, I have cat allergies."
It's all right.
Anyone nearby Snurn, just like after the immediate disappointment of seeing the kid return, when the kid goes back out, you see Snurn cross her fingers.
Where do I need to put these? I've got these logs. I don't know where's the fire?
Yeah, if you could just put it down there in that stone circle, that'll really help us out.
Right, thanks. And she goes over and she takes like both of the logs and tries to basically like bottle flip them into the stone circle.
Sleight of hand check with disadvantage. I'm doing this because Paz is drunk.
Let's go with that.
We all know.
13.
13. Okay.
Wait,
So
you
the
said
first
sleight of
one.
hand? Wait, stop. Sorry, I got sleight of hand and performance mixed up. That's a 9 actually.
A 9. Okay. Interesting. So as you go to flip the first log, you do manage to get it into the stone circle, and you get it just on the edge of the corner, and then it just sort of goes and falls down. With the second log, you try and do the same thing, but you end up going over the circle and hitting a table.
Oh,
Where someone is trying to cut it, and he goes, "Watch what you're doing!
sorry, my bad.
Sharp object!
My bad.
Fucking
did.
hell!"
I missed.
It just goes back to cutting the onion.
Let's go in the circle, but it didn't. Really should stop trying to do this when I'm drunk.
Go home, cat. You're drunk.
I'm not home. I'm on a trip.
What was that accent?
I don't know. He's drunk. I'm trying to find the stupid accent. It's the morning, and it's been a week since I've played this stupid cat.
I didn't do an accent.
What?
Yeah. Just took the easy way out.
I chose a grumpy cat that doesn't like doing anything and doesn't have an accent.
I chose a cat who does all the things and has an accent.
It's a backseat equivalent of me. Okay, so these shenanigans go on for a little while. After about another half an hour, the scrawny kid finally comes back up with the last log. It's taken him a long time to get this firewood, and as he comes back to the final one, you see a couple of their heads in their hands, sort of shaking their heads, as the group as a whole seems to have a mental link and decide in unison, never again are we trusting this kid with getting fire. And over the course of the next hour, you see vegetables and things going into this large pot, of fire being made, and very soon there is a very, very warm-smelling stew being produced, and it's something that everybody in the area can smell. And for the first time, you realise your stomachs are grumbling, and that you could do with some food.
I'm gonna go look for Sage to try and tell her that there's food ready.
You can go and find Sage.
Mm-hmm.
Which way does she go? Because my plan is of getting soup without getting. She doesn't care if anyone else spots her. She's trying to avoid getting spot by that one.
Well, so I actually have a plan for this.
Are you going to get
but-
stew to Sage?
Yeah. Oh.
I'm still going to let Sophie try and find...
Oh, absolutely.
Yay!
I'm not stopping
I
this.
get to roll?
Sorry, Paz. Yeah, I'm going to say... let's say. I'm going to say make it a history check because you would have remembered her being in the caravan somewhere. Just trying to remember where it is.
Would that still be a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Huh.
This is what you get for drinking.
6.
6? Are your rolls getting worse?
I think so. If you hadn't said disadvantage, it would have been a 15. No, it would have been 18.
I mean, welcome to my
Cherise.
world.
What'd you say?
You. Who?
Rain, what'd you say?
I said you're welcome, Cherise.
You begin to start heading the right way, and you think, hang on a oh, Sage was that way. You do a full 180, and you start going the other way. You start heading up the train, the carriage train, instead of back down towards...
And as Paz goes in the wrong direction, Snurn sees her moment, grabs 2 bowls of stew, and just scurries off, bringing one of them to Sage.
Alright, yeah. I would say you're able to do that quite easily. Because Paz, at this point, will be very, very intoxicated and just dedicated to finding Sage. And she's up here somewhere. But yeah, I'd say you're able to get the bowls. Maybe she's up in the trees.
She's really good at this.
Fern.
Oh my. But yeah, you're able to get the 2 bowls of stew, and you're able to head to the back of the carriage train without Paz discovering you.
Sage sees Snurn coming out, like, when she sees that Paz is going the opposite direction. She does come out from under the fur because she doesn't want to ruin the fur with soup. She stays on the other side, trying to keep out of sight from Paz, but she's like out and she's just like sits down to eat.
Oh, so she's fully come out of the carriage at this point.
Well, she's come out. Yeah, she's basically like she's come out of the carriage to eat, but she's trying to keep like the carriage between her and everyone else's. Like she's not on the side where people see.
Why do I get the sense that some slapstick is coming at some? Okay, yeah.
Not awake enough for that.
But yeah, you're able to get some peace and eat this soup, and it's very much an autumnal winter soup, very very warm, very very delicious. You get quite a few flavors sort of blending together, but nothing's overwhelming. It's quite a nice balance of all the meat and the veg, just all rolls together quite nicely into one. And after eating it, you feel quite fulfilled and quite hearty in and of yourself. Hearty in a very sort of Sage kind of way. I feel like I should just parenthesize that. But yeah, I'm guessing it, Doggy. I'm guessing at this point, Snurn will also be. I'm guessing at this point, Snurn will also be consuming something, whether it be
it's the regular soup. Don't worry.
Oh, it's the regular soup, not the stew.
Well, no, it's the regular stew, not the wild magic soup.
See, whenever you say regular soup, I think this is the soup that you make. This is my problem.
Why does it sound like something you'd like pick up in a video game? Regular soup.
Just some ordinary soup.
Bullet, regular soup, bullet.
Just some regular soup. Nothing suspicious about this at all.
But
no, not at all. No.
Snurn to stay over where Sage is, or
Snurn will pull out like we'll take off her cookie jar backpack really quickly, open up like a little side compartment inside, and just pull out like a couple savory biscuits to dip in the stew. Telekinetically move them over towards Sage, and just start walking away.
And just kind of does like a little, and she's like, "I'm keeping your gold piece."
Okay, you won. God, fucking piece should have died.
The night is still young.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah. What's Paz doing at the moment? She's still gonna be looking around for Sage.
I feel like eventually she just kind of gave up and went back to go get some soup for herself. I'm trying to think if she's gonna. I think she's gonna try and go find Safi just to sit with somebody she knows. Because, the two other people she knows in this place are actively avoiding her.
Okay, yeah. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because I would say you're able to find the fire. In this gradually getting, well, the forest gradually getting dark. So I would get a sense you would be able to see the fire even intoxicated. And sitting by the fire. Um, and sitting by the fire on what looks like a little tree stump is Safi just sort of tucking in, seemingly really enjoying the food.
Hey,
Oh, hey!
how are you doing?
Not too bad. Journey's been quite easy so far. What about you?
I'm drunk right now. The others
I
are
can
actively
tell.
avoiding me. The others are actively avoiding me and Snurn threw a cookie at me when I was trying to play my lute. So,
Oh.
I've got all that going for me.
Sounds like a rough night.
Yeah, it's been kind of rough. Since yesterday. Since yesterday, yeah.
What happened yesterday?
Oh, it's nothing really. Just some old wounds. Old wounds and stuff. Sage didn't appreciate some stuff, and now she's all ticked at me, throwing a bit of a hissy fit.
I see. Well, sometimes the things that wound us are often distressing for people, to say the least.
Well, frankly, it wasn't really something I was wanting to talk about yet. And Shay got mad at me for not talking about it yet. So, and the little lizard Snurn took her side. So, it is what it is.
Forgive me if I'm wrong. I may be overstepping here, but you're a fairly young group. You've only just come together, right?
Yeah, today will be 4 or 5 days of knowing each other, I think, unless I'm losing count, which I very well might be.
Oh, folks, you're very wrong. You're very young, yes, okay. Well, I've seen a lot of adventures in my time. People come through quite often, and there is this sort of tension begin. It's natural, I guess, for people to take opposing sides and to fight amongst themselves. But I get the sense you'll all go past that. I think when it all counts, you'll work together, and all this won't make a difference.
I mean, I hope so. So, I mean, all I can really do is wait, right?
Yes, in a way, but while you're waiting, maybe try and regain some of that trust.
I've tried, and I've been really nice and everything, but Sage is
Sage.
yeah, we'll just put it that way. Learn's easier, but
I think with
honestly
Snan,
don't
you
know.
just eat the cookies and it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what goes on in her head half the time.
No.
Other
I've
than
given up trying
soup.
to understand people.
Other than soup, which is weirdly emphasized.
But not bad.
Not bad at all.
If there's anything like this, it could be quite nice.
Yeah, no, it's good, but she's got that whole world is a soup concept. I'm not really sure. I don't know, maybe she got dropped on her head or something.
I'm sure. I've never met a kobold quite like her.
Definitely not. Mind if I stay here for a bit? Figure
Yeah,
if the others want space, I might as well give it to them.
I think that's probably one of the best things you can do. Give them some space, give them some time. And when they're ready to talk, they will.
All right.
I think from what I can see, you've been very much the sort of the domineering force that always makes the first crack at the conversation. Try taking a step back. See what happens.
You know what? I think I will. Thanks.
Just doing what I can.
I think with that, Paz goes and gets a bowl of soup, comes back, and just starts eating the soup.
All right, cool. Yeah, so after you guys have eaten, you start to sort of get settled in for the night.
So
One of the
quickly, if you don't mind,
yeah,
like a minute or two after that conversation, just one of the savory biscuits just floats over and drops into Paz's stew bowl, and it just has the word apology carved into it.
I can't tell if she's asking for an apology or if she's making an apology. This could either be an apology or a threat. Where the heck is she?
And then after that, a gingerbread head, just the head, floats over. No.
Right, that's a threat.
I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
But no, so that
Okay.
just the cookie floats over with the word apology carved into it, and that's that.
Hey, Sappy, you think this is an apology or you think this is asking for an apology? I don't know what this is. And I'm kind of scared.
Could be anything with Snarn.
Yeah, that's valid. It looks tasty, though. She...
I think it was. The biscuit soaked in stew.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got a similar texture to beans on toast. Which we know Americans don't like, even though it is a delicacy.
I liked it.
I don't like beans all that much in general.
Well, then just have toast.
Just have toast.
I was like, what do you want me to do?
What do you want? What do you want? Do I get more tea into the mouth?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, once all the dinner bowls have been cleared away, one of the sort of older merchants rejoins the party. Not just the party, but the whole caravan party, and begins telling like an old story from one of his travels. He tells a great tale of wandering through a mountain pass and having a dragon flying overhead, harassing them for days on end, and being rescued by the hearts of a few brave souls. So even the moral is you never know what you're going to find on the but perhaps the real thing that you find is friendship. Yeah, that sort of soppy kind of tale that you will find on road trips. And after the story, it seems to be a bit of a tradition in the evenings. But after the story, everyone does go back to their tents, which now have been set up, and we'll start turning in for the night.
The story, she does kind of like sneak out, sticking to like the shadows, but get closer to hear the story.
Oh. Yeah, I'd say with everyone's attention on this older man telling the story, you'd be able to sneak by quite easily without being discovered. And yeah, you hear a lot of it.
Sage is kind of keeping an eye on Paz and waiting for Paz his goodness to finally make her pass out.
Which she does kind of early on into the night.
I would say about halfway through the story, still sat at the fireplace, everyone in the area will just hear as Paz is just very loudly snoring, having fallen asleep.
And you just see this tiny 2'11" kobold skitter over, pick her up, lift her over her head, and carry her off to one of the tents.
I've got the image of Snow just that sort of carrying.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm also picturing, when you go to pick up a cat and their body
flop.
just kind of stays on the ground. Like their feet are still on the ground, but their middle is just still rising and stuff. And it's like, are you a slinky? That's what's happening.
just the balls just keep going along.
Yes. This is canon now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, Paz will find
Sage sees
herself
Paz
in
gone.
bed.
She does fully come out of like hiding.
And would she join the story at the campfire?
As soon as Paz is gone, she does like slip out and like is no longer hiding.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if she chooses to join the party, no one will sort of think two thoughts about it. There will be a couple of acknowledgements, mainly from Safi, who just sort of sees you and sort of gives a little wave. And that will be most of the interactions, to be honest. And following the story, everyone goes to turn into their bedrolls, and save for one or two people standing on top of the caravans, they will all start to drift off to sleep. If anybody wants to take watch, they can do so. Do perception checks, that sort of thing. Entirely up to you.
Nah.
Sage probably will just for like the first shift because she's tired quite yet, but feeling tired like after about like say like 2 or 3 hours in, she'll go to bed.
Okay, cool. I won't make you do the rolls just because it's easier. About just before you begin to turn into bed, you see just out of the corner of your eye, far from the fire, you see a couple of creatures beginning to move in through the underbrush. Takes you a second to sort of get a proper look at them because they're somewhat obscured by the darkness. But you see it's a couple of deer just making a pass through the area. Have noticed the fire and are keeping at their distance somewhat. But they don't feel threatened too much. They're just sort of peacefully just walking through. The mother will catch sight of you, and there'll be just a moment of eye contact between you two, as she assesses whether or not you're going to hurt them. But she will decide you're okay and keep moving through the young deer. And that is all that happens in the first night. It's a fairly easy night. Nothing really goes on aside from maybe a couple of creatures moving in the area. But there's nothing really of note in terms of danger or hostiles or anything like that. The next morning, you wake up and there's a smell of porridge being made over the fire, and bowls being handed out, everybody getting their own bit of breakfast, and preparing for another day of travel. Because you're one day down out of 3. And
Question.
yes.
Can I make a survival check to see if Snurn finds a deer when she wakes up from some looking around?
Yeah, sure. Give me a survival check.
Nat 20.
Oh.
2 in a row.
Oh, I hate you so much. You see the tracks and you see evidence of deer having moved through the area over the but they would have been gone before the dawn.
Okay. So I don't find any wildlife?
You'd still find wildlife. There'll be birds up in the trees. You might see a squirrel jumping from branch to branch, and possibly the tail of a rabbit just darting back into some of the shrubs in the area.
Oh, when Snurn catches sight of a rabbit, she's just gonna telekinetically shoot off her sword in its direction.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm gonna say go ahead and make an attack roll.
Let's see, attack roll. Ooh, that is a natural 18. For 26.
So well. Yeah, I would say you. I'm not going to do the noise because I don't want to do that. But yeah, you are able to kill the rabbit. And it's somewhat ruined by the fact you've used a sword to kill it, but the meat's still there. It's still going to be good to cook. It's just you wouldn't have it's not a clean kill.
That's fine. Snurn just telekinetically takes the sword back with the rabbit still on it, and walks back over to camp, deals with like skins the rabbit, cleans it up, and makes rabbit for breakfast.
Like cooks the rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's alright. I wasn't sure we were gonna have like a golem situation.
Oh gosh.
Wouldn't be surprised. The way I was expecting this to go.
Harry, I don't know if you can see the chat, but Chaotic wants you to do the dying rabbit noise.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good dying rabbit noise.
Noise?
I don't know. I haven't got a. Funny enough, I haven't got a good dying rabbit noise. Why I'm not sure.
She said that's all I needed, LOL.
Thank you, Chaotic. I'm glad it was okay. I'm glad it was enough.
That was amazing. Loved it.
Oh my goodness. The things I do on this channel.
Yelling at birds, making dying rabbit noises. You never know what's gonna happen next.
I've got the full spectrum of sanity going on with my various characters and wild stuffs.
On the plus side, you can't lose what you never had.
Sanity?
Yeah.
Don't help me like this, Sophie, please. I'm still sane.
Where are you going?
Us.
Rain's gone.
Nope. Rain has returned.
Guess who's back? Back again. All right. Let's go.
She does like slip out to get some porridge, but she's like very like actively like staying out of like trying to stay out of Paz's line of sight.
Fair enough. I can't see that being a problem because Paz, you got a hangover.
Oh boy.
You're going to spend at the very least the morning with your head down to the floor, sort of rubbing your temples and going, "Oh, why did I do that? Never again. Why?" And unfortunately, Migra Leave has not been invented yet, so you are going to suffer with a headache. Like I say, for at least the morning. And the carriage ride is going to be very interesting, in particular to you.
Oh no. By the way, is Sage still hiding in the furs?
She's now out of it. She came out for some porridge and she's literally just walking and eating, keeping out of your sight.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Paz goes to get some porridge, but then very quickly like finds somewhere nice and dark and is like, I don't want to live today. Everything hurts.
That is yeah, I'd say you're able to do that fairly well. And you find somewhere where you can eat your porridge just before you're about to finish it. Somebody comes in and goes, "Ah, oh, fucking hell! Sorry, didn't know you were in here.
All right.
We're gonna start packing up. Would you mind, just getting out?"
Mm-hmm. I love the idea. Okay, you know how cats' eyes reflect in the dark?
Yes.
I think that's what that guy just like walked in and saw, just like the eyes.
But instead of it just sort of being like sort of wide awake, it's just kind of just sort of half closed, just like, oh.
Right. So that's what that person walked into. Okay.
Did not expect to see a fucking cat in here, but okay. And we'll just sort of carry on starting to pack up. And by the time you guys will finish your breakfasts of various origins and substances, the camp will have been packed up for the day, and everyone will start to be ready to move on as we get into the second day of travel. Again, we'll go through this very, very quickly just because of levity. Traveling is not the most interesting thing in D&D. But again, it's a fairly sort of standard day. You see a couple of people out on the road as you're going along. One of which, sort of dressed up as a monk, hooded attire and accoutrements, appears to be on some sort of a pilgrimage, and doesn't speak at all as you guys go past. He just sort of stands aside, sort of raises his hand, gives you all a little wave as you pass before walking on and continuing his journey. But as the road goes ahead, it begins to wind and go downhill for a section, and you begin to see a beautiful little freshwater waterfall emerging out of the forest, and beginning to weave its way down into the valley, which you guys are now entering. And look at things, it's going to head in the same direction as yourselves. So if anyone was needing any fresh water or anything like that, it is there.
Just gather some. Gathers the fresh water. Like you all of a sudden just hear her, like if anyone's nearby, like they hear her just all of a sudden curse under her breath as she remembers some of the things that she's supposed to do while she was still in town. Longer in town.
Cat frustration noises begin to
Yeah,
appear.
basically.
So you're gathering water while the caravan's still moving.
She's very quickly like, do you like kind of like the dash action dash?
Okay, I'm gonna say make me a dexterity check.
A plan.
13. Okay. It is a very, very quick movement as you quite literally begin to just try and get some water. At one point, you do start to lose your grip on the caravan, and you sort of dip your hand into the water. Nothing bad happens, but as a tabaxi, you would get a sense of water, not good, and you will give out a shrill hiss as you do so, amusing those around you.
Like her, you see her tail flicking in frustration.
Aww.
Oh, I know that all too well. Okay, yeah.
And this entire time, like when the caravan started moving, Snern just kind of wordlessly walked into the same carriage as Paz. And when she saw Paz just like lying down nursing a hangover, just right before the carriage starts moving, lifts her up like 2 inches off the ground telekinetically, so that the shifting of the carriage doesn't bug the hangover.
Aww.
That's quite sweet.
When she notices that she's ever so slightly floating, she looks over at Snern and goes, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, Paz is still just kind of out of commission right now.
No longer in hiding, because now that she sees that Paz is down, she's just kind of like staying out in the outside of like. She's not hiding. She's kind of like gently interacting with some of the caravan members, just kind of saying a little bit about like what is expected for the travel and like things like that.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. I would say during your conversations with the caravaneers, if that is even a word, you would get information. This is a fairly regular route that people do. It's a slight diversion for you guys. They're very much on the same sort of routes. It's fairly gentle up until they turn up towards Montes, which is the nation of the dwarves, in which case that becomes quite mountainous, but that happens long after the turn off. The main thing people are worried about is the possibility of bandit raids more than anything. But there's plenty of weapons lying around, and one hasn't happened in such a long time that it's almost a case of it could still happen. But there's a lot of optimism moving forwards. And as you're talking to a few of them, you get the sense that they're various merchants from various different places. There's a rock gnome that specializes in sculpting statues, who has a little shop in one of the sort of the coastal regions of the area, and is mainly having a look for a new quarry. There's a couple that run a sawmill that are just going off on a holiday. And yeah, there's a variety of folks and people's involved within this, and even though they come in from different professions and different areas, they're kind of a found family. You get the sense this is a caravan that goes fairly regularly.
What about fur dude?
The fur dude is fairly new to it all, like you guys. A fairly jolly chap who does his own hunting, but has done enough for the season and is beginning to make his way back up to Montus. He specialises in fur coats and capes, which the dwarves regularly wear, with it being in a sort of tundra mountainous region of the world.
Keeps an eye on him, but like when she realizes, I'm like, okay, this is not the guy I'm looking for. She's just like, okay. Axes.
Fair enough. Is there someone in particular you're looking for in this journey?
I will message you to remind you on that.
Yeah, please do. Okay. And for Paz, I would say the headache starts to wear off sort of early afternoon, around 2 o'clock, where you realise that the screaming in your head has stopped. This is somewhat good. Gotcha. But yeah, your hangover is now somewhat better. Your roll should now be as normal.
Alrighty. So I think whatever carriage I'm in, before I come out of the carriage, does it have a window?
Yeah, there would be a window in these sort of passenger carriages.
I want to look out the window to see if I can spot Sage before I come out of the carriage.
Okay. Is this while the travellings are going on, before it stops for the day?
I think when it stops for the day.
Okay. Okay, yeah, when it stops for the day, you guys pull into a section close to the riverbank with a wooden bridge running across the centre. Seems like a fairly regular sort of walk in a regular area that people tend to travel a lot. But it's far out from the rest of the city, so do that. You, after about a minute or two of the caravans having stopped, you would be able to see Sage walking about. Is Sage trying to hide at this current from Paz and Snern?
I don't think she realizes that Paz is now back in commission quite yet.
Gotcha.
She's like, she let her guard down a little too much.
Okay.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah, so you would see Sage.
You got advice on what to do.
What?
On what to do.
Can you say that one more time?
Barge in on conversation.
Oh no, she's not barging in on the conversation yet. She's just trying to see if she can locate where Sage is.
Yeah. You'd be able to, sort of coming from sort of the back of the caravan, not really, sort of interacting a little bit with people, but still somewhat keeping to herself in that typical Sage way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd say let's see them. And as the caravan comes to a stop, everyone starts doing their usual routine. The scrawny kid starts heading out towards fuel, but a large, sort of burly dragonborn just puts his hand on his shoulder and goes, "No, no, 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 no." And a couple of larger folks start heading out with axes in hand. And within about 20 minutes, logs come back for the fire, putting the scrawny kid to shame.
Just because Snern likes fucking with people she thinks are weak, she's gonna join these super large creatures out there to cut down wood. Because she wants to put the kid to shame.
Okay, so out there you would see a bugbear being one of the creatures out there, sort of holding the axe for the most part, and a half orc in tow as well.
Oh wow! And they just see this 2'11" kobold in chainmail following behind them.
What are you doing out here?
I came to help get wood.
Scrawny people should stay by the caravans.
You sound like Torbeck.
Yeah, you do.
Torbeck is interesting.
But
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. So I didn't mean from sound like Torbeck.
But so
Hard to make it known.
at that remark, Snurn goes and doesn't even lift her hands, but the sword flies from its hilt and swings at the base of a tree.
Okay. Is it like a small tree or a standard sized
It's like
kind of
a
tree that you'd say?
it's definitely more standard size.
Okay. You hear the blade
And I'll
straight
be
through the tree
throwing
trunk.
all of my abilities into this: the precise strike, the psionic strike, so it'll deal a lot more damage.
I thought you might be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just hear thunk as the blade just chops through the tree in one fell swoop, and it begins to topple, creaking as it does so, with a loud crash as it hits the ground.
And as it's going down, Snurn will actually catch it.
Okay, no crash. Just this tiny little kobold just holding up the hand, like a reptilian baby Yoda, doing the magic hand thing.
If a tree falls in the forest, no one around, does it still make sound?
Not with Snurn.
No, because Snurn just caught it.
No sounds involved. Yeah, and upon this, you just sort of see both the half-orc and the bugbear sort of nodding in approval. The bugbear's mouth just sort of hung open, like a cartoon character's been surprised. Just...
And Snurn just like stops using the telekinetic ability, picks up the tree with her own hands, and walks it back to camp.
That's like log,
guys.
giant tree. Like, you just like, I got a tree, you guys.
There's not even logs at this point. They're just following along, having accepted their new alpha. It's like, yeah, all right, why not?
Like, okay, sounds good enough.
Sound logic.
But yeah,
We don't
that's
even
me.
look for anymore. She just brought an entire tree with her.
Snurd carrying this giant freaking tree back to camp just starts laughing.
I mean, she weighs like 90 pounds, if even that. Actually, no, probably more like
Soaking
45, 50. But she can carry 300 pounds.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So Sage
I both love and hate your characters so much, Brain. I just want you to know this.
Yeah, like, so, like, in a very, like, unsage manner, she just busts out laughing.
And you just see this, like, genuinely happy yet shit-eating grin on Snurn's face.
Aww.
Nice. Just sort of ear to ear, just full on.
Uh-huh.
I think Paz is gonna kind of go towards like where the stone circle would be. You know, as she like kind of walks by, she does like she might make eye contact with Sage, but she's just gonna wave and then keep going. And then she like sits down by the fire and actually like tries to play the viol. She's not drunk this time, so no, she's not drunk this time.
No, yeah.
Do I have to roll for that, or?
Yeah. Give me a performance check. Sharice, were you trying to say something amongst that?
Sage didn't really respond. She didn't wave back or anything. She just was like, okay.
Gotcha.
Dirty 20.
Guys, why do you roll better than me? Yeah, you have considerably much more luck playing this time because you can actually play the notes and maintain a melody, as opposed to last night just playing random discordant notes. What sort of song would Paz be playing at this moment?
Irish jig.
It's so stereotypical.
I've played them before on my violin, and I love playing them. Okay, I actually know how to play them.
Go on then. No, I'm just joking.
Done. That was the end of my sentence.
To go play it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not ready to do that on stream yet. No.
Maybe another time.
I don't want to.
Okay, as you play this sort of fast-paced jig, you start to get a bit of an audience. Like one or two people start dancing the jig. You get a sort of a small circle around you. People just sort of clapping along in time. Generally, just a nice atmosphere begins around the camp as people, similarly to last night, begin prepping for dinner and setting the fire and this sort of thing. And it improves the already good mood, to the point where people start singing. It is that good. Sage, I imagine, would be hating this, right?
Loving the noise, but she does try to go find Sapphire while Paz is distracted.
Okay, cool. Sapphire is starting to get a few things out of his caravan, or carriage, or what have you, and sees you approach and says, "Ah, Sage, hi."
Don't know if I ever thanked you for making the ring. You showed a lot more restraint than most jewelers.
I thought I'd best follow the instructions. And I'm glad you like it. Thank you.
Thank you. And she just kind of like waves and then just kind of walks off. She's just like,
okay, bye.
like I showed up, I did what I meant to do, and now I'm just gonna leave now.
Sage is like this party's version of Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Yeah.
and I'm loving it.
Absolutely.
And so when Snurn first shows up at the fire pit with the entire fucking tree, she takes like 2 feet of it, and she cuts off like 2 feet of it, and it just starts whittling away at this tree to make wood for the fire, and I'm fine rolling for this if I have to, but she whittles in such a way that it's a semi-hollow middle finger.
Dear.
I will ask you to roll for that if you're going for something precise and not just firewood. I'm gonna say give me 3 sleight of hand checks. First for the hollowing out, second for the shape, and third of all for actually making sure it stands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not letting you get this too easy.
9,
right?
12, 16.
9, 12, 16. Okay. The hollowing is probably the hardest part of the whole thing because you're trying to get in.
Well, she's not trying to hollow too much, just enough that there's room for kindling.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And there are some times where you do mess up a little bit, but on the whole, it's serviceable. It's not great, but it does the job. The actual whittling of middle finger goes so much better. You're able to get in some of the intricate little details, like the fingers, even a couple of wrinkles here and there. And by the time you finish making it stand, it is pretty solid. Not literally, because it's semi-hollow. Yes, I made Sophie facepalm. But yeah, you've done a pretty serviceable job right there. Not the best thing in the world, but you've been attempting with very simple instructions. You've done quite well.
And,
for goodness sake.
About it.
Oh, no.
But
why must I turn our comments
Read it or message it to me?
I'm gonna message it to you,
Sheree. I will read. No, I'll read it.
Oh, okay. He'll read it out loud.
LMAO, it's serviceable on the whole, but whole is spelled HOLE. I meant whole as in with a W, as in overall.
But so when Snurn finishes with this wood carving after, probably 2 hours or something.
Yeah, people are wanting firewood by this point.
Yeah. She just sets it in the middle of the fire. And she scurries off to go find Sage and show her what she did.
Sage is not really hiding at this point when she discovers that Paz is not chasing after her.
All right, cool.
But so she just like pulls on Sage's pant leg and just points at the fire, and you just see this burning middle finger.
Oh, smiles and
Snurn.
on the head.
Snurn. I'm an adult, also Snurn. Sage, look at my craft.
Snurn, middle finger.
Snurn is no longer headbutting her shins to get her attention.
It was kicking.
Forget burning ring of fire. It's burning ring of fuck you. That's the that's what's going on in the fireplace right now.
Cat turn off head.
She just feels very accomplished and walks away.
Yeah, it's a bit more swagger in her step than normal. Sort of whistling a tune to herself as she wanders back. Okay. The rest of the evening will go pretty much the same as last night. So a similar story will be told. This time of mermaids in the rivers guiding weary travellers along their destinations, being the main thing. Not interrupted tonight by Paz's snoring, so it's already a bit of improvement. And the people still quite jovial after the heading to bed. People still doing watches and this sort of thing. Is there anything you guys would like to do at this point in the evening?
Nope.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. I lost my train of thought the minute I opened my mouth.
Such a mood.
Snurn is just going to walk over into the main area where I would assume Paz is, and just doesn't say anything, just doesn't say anything yet, but just climbs up on top of her back, onto her shoulders, and just leans down into her face and goes, "Hi."
Hi. You good?
Most terrifying toddler.
I'm fine.
I love the idea that Paz stood still as like Snurn is like
claws digging into her back and everything. Just like, okay, this is happening.
I was just like, okay. Then. Whoop, didn't need my spleen today.
Hi.
Hi. You need something?
No. I just like being tall.
You can stay up there for a bit then if you'd like. Actually pretty light.
Yeah.
Even with all that armor.
I mean, with the armor, she's like 110 pounds, something like that.
Can I just point out, Snurn wants to feel tall.
Yep.
So she climbed onto one of Sophie's characters.
Yep.
I mean, the Banshees are tall, aren't they? Like,
yeah.
Like the average height is like quite tall.
It's like a power fantasy for Sophie.
Yeah, right. Talk about a fantasy game.
As you were saying, Rain, just go back to being Snurn. This is what I have to deal with all the time, chaotic.
We only do it because we love you.
I love y'all too, you jerks.
and Snurn just after a couple minutes of just Paz doing whatever Paz is doing with Snurn on her shoulders, she just sees a cookie come into view.
Oh, is this for me?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Where are you getting all these, by the way? I've never seen you bake them.
I do.
When?
At night.
Where'd you get the oven?
The fuck is in oven?
All right, you know what? That's a later discussion.
You see her.
Chocolate chips and everything.
You see her at this. She hops down, goes over to the fire pit, restarts it, throws down her semi-metal shield, and starts making cookies on top of the shield, on top of the fire.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's where you get them. So
That answers the question we've all had.
Yeah, honestly. Like, at first I was like, oh, she has a jar of cookies. I'm like, this jar of cookies is never ending. Where is she getting all the cookies?
She's got a bag of holding full of cookies, but it's a cookie jar. Oh, that'd be the most
Nerd has the
amazing thing.
equivalent of my toast bag.
Yeah.
Oh no. And the multiverse.
Are any of the cookies cinnamon flavored? I have to.
One of them will be, and when someone tries to add sugar, there's an owl in the background that's just gonna get absolutely fucking pissed.
I love that. Oh my god. So-
Sage is kind of sitting and watching this. Like, she keeps her distance, but she's sitting and just kind of watching.
Sort of watching as Lizard Martha Stewart gets to work.
Lizard Martha Stewart.
I will accept that when she bakes, but when she makes soup, she's Soup Jesus.
If anyone in the comments can make a Lizard Martha Stewart pun,
Chaotic,
I
look
challenge
at
you to write that below. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, Chaotic's comment is the best.
She wakes and
Love it.
Also, I love the idea of the Feywilds with Dragon as the head baker. I love that. Just
That is
it
so
just sounds
beautiful.
so perfect.
That sounds so cozy.
I really want a bakery now.
You're DMing. You can't bake.
I can dream.
So, Snurn, why do you make cookies, like, all the time? Been wondering that.
Because they're yummy. Cookie equals friend.
Oh, okay. I mean, good strategy.
Words, no good. Cookie, always good.
You may be onto something there.
Mhm.
Is Sage still mad at me?
No.
Do you think you could ask for me? Because she won't let me anywhere near her.
Okay.
Thanks, Snurn. I appreciate that.
Just
So,
next time, don't play the lute so badly.
yeah, no, normally I'm not, normally I'm a lot better than that.
I will take it away again.
Don't do that.
But it was bad.
It was, but I couldn't feel my fingers, okay? I may have had a little bit much last night. Yeah, you probably shouldn't play instruments when you can't feel your hands.
What if you don't even use your hands? And she just starts telekinetically like messing with the cookies.
I mean, I don't have the the mind powers you have, but there is something I've been meaning to ask you though. So, are you nervous about going back?
No.
Why not?
Everybody I loved is dead. So now I have a score to settle.
Join the club. I mean, I'm nervous just because of, Barovia is Barovia and everything. And, I left for a reason.
That's why you get strong. So when you go back, you can kick some ass.
Yeah. You're a smart cookie.
I didn't know Cookie could be smart.
It's an expression, kiddo.
You have espresso too.
I wish. I really wish I did right now. Because I'm out. Out of my 4 shots of espresso.
Just realized, is that Paz or Sophie talking right there?
You never know, do ya?
No.
Sadly, I am out though.
Oh no.
A silent tear. No,
Goodness.
right. I'm gonna turn in for the night. Let me know if you need anything, okay?
Wait, wait,
What?
wait.
What?
She just telekinetically moves one of the fresh cookies over to you.
Oh, and there's another one. Thank you. Oh, hey, Snert, I'm gonna blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You ever tried eating the dough before it's cooked?
No.
You know what? I'm gonna stay awake for this. Try it. Try it. Go on. Do it.
She just like dips her entire hand in a thing of dough and just starts licking it off, and you just watch her eyes get bigger and bigger.
There we go. My girls used to love that. All right. I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
And she's just
And then
still sitting there baking.
and with that, Paz walks off to go and find somewhere to sleep.
Alrighty. Sage, what you doing?
Kind of sees Paz go off to sleep. She starts kind of like camp, just kind of like checking to make sure everything's okay. Paranoid state. It kind of just keeps kind of like going around the camp, making sure everything's okay, and that like sure like a keeping watch sort of idea, but with moving.
Okay. Okay.
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I'd make you do, I'm gonna have you do a couple of perception checks, just on whichever side of the caravan you're at.
I don't know what sides of the caravan there are, but
Left and right.
left and then go over to right.
Yeah.
And for left side is nat 20.
Yes.
Okay. So the left-hand side is the one overlooking the forest. And it seems pretty quiet out there. There's the last calls of the birds before they head up to roost for the evenings. And there's very little in terms of animals this side of the river. You get the feeling this is a very sort of poacher heavy area, and so they've sort of learned to stay away from the river area as much as possible. But yeah, all seems quiet on the left.
Right. That is a 16.
16, okay. The right hand side is the one overlooking the river and the bridge itself. You probably see one or two people in the night just crossing over the wooden bridge to get to the other side. Just late night commutes in the wilderness, which isn't the best. But you get the sense that people out here are fairly hardy and able to do that sort of thing. Similarly, there's no animals you can see for the most part. You do see a couple of bushes shaking as some small creatures are running around. But aside from that, again, all quiet.
So after about 4 hours, she does eventually go to bed.
All
And so
right.
the first time you pass by Snern, she just goes, "The one that's bad with finances wants to know if you're still mad at her."
Kiddo.
Hmm? You're cutting out.
What?
I'm saying I don't know
Ah. Okay. But we do agree she's the one that's bad with finances, right?
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried to reject being paid a lot.
Yeah. Right.
I think I can agree.
Mm-hmm.
Diss you every time you're not around.
Whatever. Whatever.
And at that point, Snern just finishes up with her most recent batch of cookies, takes her shield, lets it cool down, and heads off to bed.
go into like one of the tents. She kind of just stays by the fire and goes to sleep.
All right, cool. So the evening passes for the most part with nothing really happening. What you guys fail to notice about an hour and a half after you guys go to bed is movement across the river.
No.
And if you'll find the maps,
Mm.
you'll find that a small group has begun assembling near the bridge. Some of them a bit of a mix. I'm going to tell you guys this because you'll probably engage them at some point. So my computer's a bit slow, so I'm going to try and pop these guys in.
No.
You see a bit of a mix of humans and what appears to be goblins assembling on that side of the river. The humans, for anyone who's awake at this point, which maybe sort of in and out of consciousness, are laden with crossbows. And again, anyone that's awake at this time, whether they be player or NPC, will see that they are loading the bolts up with fire charges.
Mm.
Oh, come on.
And as the early hours of the morning begin to hit and the sun begins to rises, you guys are going to hear the sound of 4 bolts being released from their crossbow and hitting the caravans, setting them alight. And as you're all woken up with a start, I'm going to ask all of you to roll initiative.
13.
Okay, so now coming with 13. Let me get my pen.
15.
15 for Pales.
I can't map.
15. What are you mathing? Also, I spelled Paz in all caps there. It's a very angry Tabaxi going into battle.
He's ready.
What did you get, Charisse?
26.
26. Nice. Okay, I'm just going to quickly roll for the enemies. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, so I got a lot of enemies here. Okay, one of them got a natural 20.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's
But
not
the
good.
others are rolling pretty badly. Like there's at least 3 that are under. God damn it. A 9 and a 10. Okay, cool. All righty then. This is going to be really interesting. So, they've had their surprise round launching the bolts at the caravan and setting them ablaze. So we are going to start our turn with Sage. Have you guys got your tokens for the maps?
Token on map. I don't think.
Please position yourselves.
If one of y'all wants to throw my token on the map, because if I mess with Discord, the cameras will shut down.
Try
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So they should all be in the general chat on
Oh,
the.
to move. So Snurn is currently behind the maps. I moved them back off.
Ah, gotcha.
Are they?
And
Do you
Snur's
have them all on there, Charisse, or do you just have Snurn?
Snurn. I don't see our others.
If not, there's some backup ones on the chat you can always use.
One on the chat. I don't know where my token thing is. Hello.
That is a big Sage right there.
She's shrinking.
Sage casts in large form.
Fire.
Oh my goodness, that is a. We've got some big cats out here. We've got some mancoons coming.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Here we go.
You got it?
Going behind the map.
Yeah, Snurn's going behind the map.
Snowden is going literally undercover.
Snurd's like, time to
so if
go
one of y'all
underground.
wants to just bring in a new one, because it's not working.
Technical difficulties, we hate them.
That the way to bring Snurn forward, I don't know how to do on the Google.
Yeah.
Should be a case of just changing the placement orders. Hang on, let me. Have you got Snurn on there?
I do.
Yep. Leave it there for a second. I'm gonna try something. What was it? It was. There is a way of doing it. Right, I got 4 options. Position, no. Shit, I don't see this. Sorry about this, guys. Always seems to be difficulties whenever it's my streams because I am not prepared for anything. Let me try this.
Here, guys, I think I fixed it.
Did you fix it?
Well, I got us another Snurd.
You fixed it by making it bigger.
No, I found us another Snurd. Now I make her very tiny.
Okay, I just cringed in multiverse. Multiple snow.
There we go.
So many cookies. All right, great. So we're going to kick off with a round from Sage. What would you like to do?
Need to move within range of the bridge.
Okie dokie.
Snurn asking us basically if Snurn is able to douse out, somehow get the river, or use the river to douse out the fires.
Honestly, she's not sure.
Feasibly, you could always use an action to pick some water up with the shield and then use your movement to carry that back.
Yeah.
That is something that I would allow. But it's up to you.
I was hoping you could telekinetically pick up water.
That's what I was thinking.
That is true, yeah.
Could I use prestidigitation to snuff out parts of the fire?
Potentially on your turn.
Cool. Just wanted to check and make sure that
Sorry, that was really snippy of me.
I wanted to know if it was possible.
I would say, yeah, you'd be able to direct a small stream when you get that time.
I am going.
So sorry.
Fire.
No worries.
One of my fire charged arrows at the bridge to try to light it on fire and keep them from getting across.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a ranged attack.
Oh. Let's go. Come on. That is a 16.
16. Yeah, your fire charge arrow strikes true. The second it hits, there is a small explosion. As the English language just left me there for a moment. As the section of bridge closest to you is engulfed in flame. The goblins currently charging across it begin to slow down and go, whoa, 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 whoa. And until they figure out an alternative route, you have slowed their path, essentially. What I will say at this point, you notice one of the goblins is holding back from the others and letting them charge first.
I don't have anything other actions I can do, so I guess she just basically reloads with a regular arrow and gets ready to aim.
All right, cool. Excellent stuff. So that was your go. We have one of the bandits going next, who sees Sage being to move forwards, reloads his crossbow, and is going to take a shot at Sage. That is going to be a 9. So that's, I'm going to hazard a guess that misses.
It's very much a miss.
Yeah, okie dokie. And we'll take a second to sort of steady himself, and that will be his turn there. Next up, we have the. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pop off for like 2 seconds. My AC is 16. If anyone else tries hitting me.
Okie dokie. I'll try not to hit you. I'll just hit the others. That's fine. Oh dang it! I was gonna have a revelation because the. We'll hang on a second until she gets back. Because this next roll is going to be interesting. I want you guys to know what it is.
You're making me nervous.
Because one of the goblins has magic. No, I'm just messing. While this is going on, I will also remind everybody, Chaotic is posting it in the chat to hydrate. So if you haven't hydrated yet, hydrate.
A giant mason jar.
To us, that's just a normal mason jar.
No.
Oh my goodness. I'm currently hydrating. I've got a can of Fanta on the go at the moment because energy is good. And it's needed when you're a DM, I can say that right now.
Yeah.
I bet. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Sophie, of course, being the for never DM.
Ha! I don't want to ever.
Exactly.
Hey, Chaotic, I have a question. Do you? Oh. Harry, you're getting scolded.
How am I getting what?
She says Fanta is not hydration.
Okay. I have got water in a bottle, so I will get that at some point. It's just I need energy. Just stop.
No.
Chaotic. This is a very random question.
Welcome back, Sharice.
Oh, there she is. Oh, so I'm gonna send it in the chat real quick, though. Sorry, so that we can get back to the.
We didn't do anything further because there is something happening in this next enemy's go. The goblin that is holding back, sort of begins shouting at the others and peeking out from his helmet, which those eagle eyes among your characters will realise is a cast iron metal pot.
Yes.
You know, going, fix the bridge! As the voice of Donk rings out.
Yes.
Oh my god, just Doc! I don't want to kill him.
I'm not killing Donk.
I had you guys wanted me to include him, so I had. For those of you who don't know, Donk was a character that I made a Christmas one shot we had last year, and I had so much fun playing as him, and these guys seem to like him. So they begged me for at least a cameo, so I had to provide something. So here we go. But Donk will spend his turn commanding the goblins. Like, fix bridge. No fire. I've missed him. Which brings us to Paz.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
So for my action, I'm going to cast Prestidigitation on some of the fire to snuff it out. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration on Snurn.
Okay. And how do you inspire Snurn in this combat?
Let me think. I'm gonna be like, hey Snurn, you wanna kill some things? Go kill those things.
I imagine as you're just sort of playing your lute, like, hey Snurn, you wanna go kill stuff?
Go kill stuff.
It's murder time.
And I think I'm also gonna take some movement.
As Paz begins playing the start of Crazy Train.
There, I moved to there so that when y'all move up, I can be close and assistant.
You're not charging straight into close combat. Gotcha.
I learned, okay?
I learn from my mistakes.
Exactly.
Well, it took you how many tries after playing the wizard?
Mistakes.
I love this. This is so funny. Is that Paz's go?
Yeah, no, I'm done. I'm done. That's what I did. I used my action, bonus action, and movement, so I'm good.
Okay, cool. One of the other bandits is going to fire his crossbow at Sage because that's the chosen target apparently. And that's going to hit for. That's going to be 22 to hit.
It does hit.
The one time I hit properly, and that is a D8. What's D8 gone? Sage is going to take 3 points of piercing damage as a bolt just doesn't hit you, but just sort of slices part of your arm as it goes past.
She kind of hisses under her breath. Doesn't like
Noted.
getting hit.
Fair point. Which brings us now to Snoon.
I knew you were gonna say it.
I've got to. What is Snoon's go?
Snurn will take her full movement, get about there. And then
Okay.
will use her telekinetic control over her long sword to strike the closest goblin on the bridge.
Okay, which would probably be the front one, right? One right
no,
in front?
No, it'd be this one. It's closest to her.
Okay, yep. Yeah, that sounds good. Go ahead and make your deck.
I'm trying to think if I throw extra stuff on top of it.
I mean, it's a goblin, probably not, right?
Yeah, but it's you. Who throws challenge rating 13 fuckers at us.
I weakened them. I've actually built this properly. I'll have you know.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do nothing for this just to gauge. That is a natural 18 because Snurn is a fucking badass.
That hits.
So that is a D8 plus stuffs.
I don't like that plus stuffs.
Ooh,
saying.
That is maximum damage, 14 points.
Okay, yeah, you're launching your sword at the goblin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you launch the sword at the goblin, it just impales the throat. And you just hear, ah! As the goblin is sort of semi-decapitated, the body falling down limp and the head sort of staying aloft for just a second after, and sort of lolling back down. As that goblin is dead.
Mm-hmm. I know all of you are either gonna love me or hate me for this, but I'm naming that goblin Brick. Now he is nearly headless Brick.
Oh no! Oh, he's taking a lap.
God fucking damn it!
He's taking a Matt Mercer lap, everybody.
Yeah, I'm joking. That was pretty good. So Brick is dead,
and then
and he fell like a brick.
And then, if you'll allow, as a free action, she's just gonna telekinetically send a cookie to Donk specifically.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Is there anything else that goes?
No, just a regular cookie.
Okay. As it arrives in Donk's vicinity, he sees it and just goes, "Ugh." I've missed that goblin.
Yes.
No.
And just because I'm this desperate to make Donk one of us, with my horrid charisma, can I make a persuasion check to try and get Donk to at least back down from attacking us?
I'm the bard. Oh no.
You see, you've already used your main action to attack.
Mm-hmm. Well, if not, that's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would probably be a main action.
Okay. Yeah.
As such, which you've already used up, and you've already used bonus action for the thing.
Yeah.
So you can do that in your next turn. It's just this turn,
I'll,
probably not.
I'll think about it. Yeah.
Okay.
But Donk did get the cookie, right?
Donk did get the cookie, and he's interested.
Okay.
At least.
And that's me.
Donk will remember this.
Telltale game. Okay, upon that, a third bandit is going to aim the crossbow, not at Sage this time, but switching to Snurn, the goblin killer. And he will fire his bolt at you. That is going to be 16 to hit.
Miss.
Because you have horrible armor, I know. And the bandit right next to him is going to see him miss and sort of go, "The fuck are you doing? It's like this!" and fire at Snurn, always trying to one-up him. Dirty 20.
That just barely hits, yeah.
Yes, it does.
It was going to be so funny if he also missed.
Oh, trust me, I have something for you.
For 4 points of piercing damage, as it just sort of barely sort of glances off somewhat, but still draws blood.
Wait. Just
I hate it when you do this.
Just like a little bit of a fuck you to that guy, not because he's attacking Snurn, but because he was being cocky about it. Like specifically because he was being cocky about it.
So he can attack you, but he can't be a piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna use her reaction, protective field, negate the damage entirely. So it just hits her and breaks.
Okay, arrow hits. And it just shatters. Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, yeah, that's cool there. That's fine. That's all good. The goblins, seeing that they are out of a lot of options, are going to begin to start loading up their short bows. One of which is going to almost intimidatingly fire at Snurn. Well, 14 is going to miss. Second one is going to fire. Again, there's a competition who can shoot the kobold. Aha! 21.
Yeah. And I can't block it this time, but I'm okay with that.
No, you can't. Okay. Max damage. That's 8 points of piercing damage.
Oh no! 8 damage to my 44 health. However, shall I recover?
I need to make a naughty table for you guys. I say you guys. Brain.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Please.
Yeah.
I play fair.
You suffer as proxy.
I power game because if I don't, those two fucking die.
It's true.
What are you talking about? Hey, my bard is going to run headfirst into combat. What are you talking about? My character lost half their hit points and now I'm really angry.
What am I talking about? My character lost 2 limbs.
Yeah, I have no comeback to that. I will hold up. I didn't know that the bony man was going to explode. That was it. Okay, the final goblin on the bridge is going to sort of take off his helmet, dip it into the water, and try and put out the fire as his action.
No!
Oh no. That's a nat 1! That is okay. The goblin goes to reach down with his helmet to try and get water.
Please tell me he
into the river.
Himself.
Not quite. He falls into the river and the current takes him downstream. He's essentially out of combat at this point.
How many do we have left?
2.
What?
We have
2 goblins, a donk, and 4 bandits.
Good to know.
Which brings us nicely up to Snurn's. Sage's turn. Sorry, I misspoke.
Sage yells at the some of the people that were keeping guard. They're like yelling at them to gather up some water, out of range from the others. Basically, going to point at the screen, but between the trees and stuff like that, where it's kind of like have a little bit of cover near the river.
Oh, on your side there, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
gather up some water, like that's like further downstream, closer to the actual camp itself, so they're out of range from the bandits who try to put out the fire.
Yeah, you see the bugbear and the scrawny kid immediately goes, "Yep, all right," and starts getting containers to put out the fire with.
Then she's going to rush forward, and I'm going to fire an arrow, regular arrow, at the bandit that's closest to the river. Closest to me and the river. Let's see. Oh, let's bow. That is a 25 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. And it is 8 damage.
Okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Coincidentally, that's one of the ones that was having an argument, and as the argument's still going on, the arrow that you fire goes straight into its mouth. Doesn't kill him straight away, but he is in a lot of pain. You see him go, "Ah!" This arrow is embedded into his mouth. That was kind of sad Wookiee.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting choice.
I didn't know Wookiees could get depression.
I really want to make a joke right now, but no, I'm not going to. I can't think of it.
Sage yells out to them, "Back off!" Basically, try and yell at them to like stand down and leave.
The more the arrow in his mouth just goes, "Oh!"
You trying to talk around the arrow?
Yeah.
Oh! Ow.
That is my turn because I don't have a bonus action that can do much.
And Snurn is just going to turn back to Paz and go, "We want that one. He's cool," pointing at Donk.
Gotcha. So for my action, I want to on the one closest to us on the bridge.
It's not your turn just yet, Sophie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was after Sage.
You've got a bandit, Donk, and then it's your turn.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
My bad. I'm sorry.
It's the one who shows up late.
Yeah.
To which the bandit is going to reload his crossbow, sort of hurriedly doing so, realizing he's in a lot more danger than I'm expecting, and he's going to swing around and just fire it at. He's going to go for Paz because Paz seems weak and squishy. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
The pain in your voice.
I feel bad, however.
Staying out
that is going to be 2 points of piercing damage, as, again, the bolt just grazes you, but enough to cause a scratch, which draws blood. The bandit's go. Donk, for his turn, is going to take the cookie and sort of do his usual sort of Donk sniffing, and will then sort of take a bite of the cookie. And just so, pulling it over a little bit. And then a big grin appears on his face. He's like, "It's good."
Aww.
Don't kill the little one.
Don't kill the little one.
Talking of which, Sophie, it is now finally your go.
Okay, I'm going to cast on the closest goblin on the bridge. Is he wearing metal armor?
The goblin on the bridge? No.
Aw. Okay, let me think what to do then. Okay. Woo. I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
I actually have one.
Oh,
this time.
Go on.
I actually have one this time.
Tell me.
You got a face only a mother could love. Wait a minute, I am a mother. Ooh, gonna have to say that's a lie.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
No, wait, did he has to make a wisdom save.
Oh, which is funny because he's a goblin. That's a 4.
Oh, he definitely doesn't make it then.
Well, goblins have a -1 to their wisdom, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 1d4.
Now go ahead and roll your
Ooh, that's 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. He's still standing. But as you mention these words, he begins to go, "Oh, that hurts," and he sort of begins to cringe, just oh.
For once, I actually have something to say for vicious mockery.
Mother could love Jerry.
I destroyed this goblin's mental health in one motion.
Yeah.
One sentence is all it took.
One fell swoop.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to give Snurn inspiration again.
You can't. It's still up, so you can't give it again.
Oh, it's still, you haven't used it.
Yeah,
Okay,
because Snurn hasn't used the inspiration yet.
then I'm gonna give it to Sage.
Kidokis.
Yeah, what are you doing to bolster Sage?
As I take out my loot, strum some stuff. I can't talk today. I strum some notes on it, and I go. Look, I know you don't really like me, but here's some inspiration.
Why am I imagining Jake Peralta in the interrogation scene with the notes?
You got this.
Gosh.
That is perfect.
Little Cedar. She doesn't have a guitar. Okay. And then I'm gonna move. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. There. My turn is done now.
Okay, good. Because it's now the turn of the bandit with the arrow in his mouth. Who is still sort of wildly gesticulating at the state of his mouth. And in revenge, it's just going to turn with daggers, looking at Sage, and just going to sort of mouth out, "Fuck you!" and just fire. Again, trying to talk around the arrow in his mouth. And that's going to miss. As he's in so much pain that he actually goes wide and fires just too late with going past. The bandit next to him is going to point, laughing at him, and then fire another arrow, which is an 18 to hit.
Who?
Does hit.
Oh wow.
If it's me.
Yeah, they're hitting Sage. That is going to be 7 points of piercing damage.
Piercing?
To you.
7.
Much.
7 points. So.
Okay, that hurts.
So you've just got... Yeah! The third bandit, realizing that Paz is kind of giving out good vibes, is going to do the same thing and just fire off a bolt. 22 points. Sorry, 22 to hit. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead of myself.
22 points.
Hit Paz?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
8 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty.
You doing, Paz?
And the final goblin, despite the fact he is hurting, is able to just sort of get himself back up a little bit by going, "You can make one mother proud, Jerry. You can do this. Don't listen to her." And he's going to fire his short bow at Paz in revenge for the awful, tricksy things that she's just said.
That's fair.
17 to hit.
Oh, to hit. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, 1d6. And another 5 points of piercing damage.
Snurn, just to be a dick to Jerry, is going to protective field. So it looks like that didn't even... So it looked like the arrow just broke on impact and did nothing.
Wait, did it actually do nothing? Yeah! Take that.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
and Snurn, just without even looking in Paz's direction, just as the arrow's flying off, just goes, "Jerry, you're a failure."
Why?
These are so mean.
They are. Top of the round, that is Sage.
Whoa. What about Snurn?
Snurn.
Oh, sorry, Snurn didn't have a go. Sorry.
Yeah, that was just Snurn's reaction.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to skip you like that.
No, you're good.
Snurn, you can have your go now. And then after that will be back to top of the round.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I would just like to start this by saying I'm disappointed in Sophie for not making the vicious mock. You're a short motherfucker and nobody likes you.
You know what? I can't make it that.
It'd be too self-aware.
No. Don't say that word, Harry.
And but so
Which word?
I realized that there was a curse in it.
Oh, but Sophie hasn't got a problem with cursing.
But Snern will get up to the riverbank and will just almost in a moment of mercy will fire off her sword towards just the guts of the guy with an arrow in his mouth.
The bandit.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
That is a. I'm gonna need my bardic inspiration for this. Thank God, because that is a 10. That becomes a 14.
14 hits.
Love it. And then my D8, if I can get the fuck. That is 10 points of damage.
A little bit of overkill at this point. And you're aiming for the guts, did you say? Yeah, as this bandit is still running around screaming about the arrow in his mouth, he's just impaled into his gut by this flying sword. And there's a moment you see the life just fade from his eyes as he crumbles to the ground dead.
Snern just like in a moment of like being completely genuine, she just goes, "You're welcome."
You're welcome.
And that,
calm down,
and aside from that is Snern's entire turn.
Okay, cool. Now top of the round, we are going to Sage.
I'm going to fire another arrow at the next. Let's see. The bandit that's to the left.
The one on the far left-hand side.
Or left on.
Okay.
Like, I'm looking. When I'm looking. Choice. Okay.
Yeah, I think another one you're talking about. Yep.
Right, 19 to hit.
That is going to hit.
It's 5 damage.
5 damage, not bad at all.
And
yeah, you're able to make the impact.
Sage once again and yells out, "Back down." Kind of glances over, like she like doesn't move her head, but she like kind of like moves her eyes to check on how the otter's going with taking out the fire.
Okay. In fact, let me roll for that. Not just yet. Short answer: poorly. The scrawny kid can't even pick up the bucket. And so the bugbear is trying to teach him how to, lift with his knees and, just lifting in general. And they're both just falling into the river at this point.
That's my turn, and now I'm debating whether or not to keep up with the fighting or go and try to help them with the freaking water to douse out the fire.
Okay. Well, with the bandit that you just shot, is his go now. And having seen you guys take out half the goblins and one of his fellow bandits, he's going to realize that actually this isn't worth it. And he's going to sort of turn tail, run back into the undergrowth, and peace out while yelling, "Good luck, fuckers! It's you now! You can do this! No, you can't! Bye!" He's out of the fight.
Bye. Love it.
My gosh.
Donk, at this point, it's his go now. He is sort of debating now. He likes the cookie. He really likes the cookie. However, he has job to do. He's going to spend half his turn in a moral quandary. And he fails the charisma save. And he's going to sort of look up, say to everybody, go, "Fall back, everyone! Save yourselves! I'll deal with them!" And he sort of draws his sword heroically. It's like, one last stand to cover the retreat. And the humans definitely take wind of this and like, okay, yep, the goblins can die, and they in turn leave.
Rude. So sad.
Oh no, they're so fucking rude, aren't they? Humans.
Right. Humans. Crazy.
The goblins, however, are going to need a bit more convincing. So they will stay, and that'll be Donk's go. Paz, you've been quiet enough there. You've been patiently waiting. It's your turn.
Been very patient. I am going to try and I want to use persuasion to see if I can get Donk to join us, because I know that Snurn wants Donk to join us, and I'm like, you know what? Might as well give the kid a friend.
Yeah, go for it. Make your persuasion check, and I will be rolling
Oh,
against.
that off the desk.
Nice.
Let me find. Wait. Crap. Come on. 14.
What are you saying to
Rain, what are you
Donk?
saying?
If it's less than a 10, it becomes a 10.
Oh. Yeah, it is less than a 10. I rolled a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's 19.
Okay. So it's 19, actually.
I mean, you would have passed anyway. I just want to know what you're saying and try and persuade.
Hey, little fella. Wait, I gotta find the accent again. Gosh dang it.
Go for it.
Hey
Go on,
there.
you can do this.
Little fella with the pot on your head. You wanna come and join
Ah.
us? The lizard's got more cookies for you if you want. You can be. Plus, it'll be a much better job than what they'll give you.
I don't have a job.
Well, look at that! Already a better job.
Donk doesn't want to pay taxes.
You won't have to pay taxes.
I don't pay taxes. I make cookies.
Tax evasion, I'm in! What do I gotta do?
Just walk across the bridge.
Without touching the fire.
You don't touch the fire. That's just generally not recommended.
Do I kill these two? And
Go.
he gestures to the goblins on the bridge.
If you want to.
Donk's got the bloodlust.
Okay.
And he will attack the goblin closest to him. Why did I do that?
Oh, wait. I need to do my bonus action. Harry, I need to do my bonus action.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, you do, yeah. It's not Donk's turn for a good long while. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Got excited there.
Is Jerry still alive?
Jerry is still alive, just about.
Vicious mockery.
That's an action.
I can't use it as a bonus action?
No.
Dang it, that's sad. I had a good one.
You can save it for the next time you use it.
Okay, I'll use it for the next time.
Which
might
fine. Happen in this encounter.
Then I won't do. Wait, let's see. Yeah, no, never mind.
Okay. Is that your go finish then?
Yeah.
Okay. All those other ones are dead. Snurn, your go.
Yes. Just to finish this quick, Snurn is going to, she's gonna send her sword off towards the frontmost goblin, using...
Jerry.
Yes, Jerry. Actually, I guess Jerry already being damaged doesn't need the extra stuff, so I'll just do it regular.
Jerry's definitely damaged.
Nat fucking 20.
Oh, no.
Jerry is dead.
Jerry, yeah, I want you to roll the damage, not because I want to know how bad he's
20.
dead, but just the formality. 20.
7 times 2 plus 6.
So, just for context for you guys and folks at home, Jerry had 3 hit points. And as such, I think I need to do something a bit creative here. So,
Creative.
Snan, how do you want to do this?
Oh dear.
Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Snurn is going to, for a moment, she sets down her she like sticks her shield into the sand so it's still standing, but she doesn't have to hold it. She takes her left hand that controls the sword, and she takes her right hand and lifts Jerry into the air.
Wait.
And she takes both over the river, and you see her left hand just rotate as the sword starts spinning, and it speeds up and goes faster and faster and faster, and just meat grinds Jerry.
Yeah, that is my goblin character meat grinder voice. As Jerry is essentially liquidized, with what remains of him falling into the river, turning the once murky green a sickly shade of red. As Jerry is now dead.
Ticket, it's my
In
turn
response,
now.
it's not, because it's still the other goblins to go.
No. I still have a bonus action.
Oh,
well,
no.
technically, I don't even. Technically, I don't even need a bonus action for this. It's a free action. Action search.
Do it. Oh no! Do it. Do it.
And I am adding precise strike onto this.
Go on, kill Terry. I don't know.
So that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Let's see, 2d8 plus 6. 21 damage. 6 plus 7 plus 8.
What have I done? I've allowed Rain to create a monster.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say you do the exact same thing. You send the sword spinning slower this time.
Oh, yeah.
As fucking Terry is sort of leaning against the guardrail, screaming. And I would do this, but I don't want to deafen anyone using headphones. As again, like something out of an Addams Family reenactment occurs, just blood and guts everywhere. It's like the ending of a Tarantino movie on the bridge, as nothing that was once Goblin remains. In the span of about 10 seconds, Snurn has liquidized 2 goblins and turned them both into a smoothie.
Technically, 6 seconds.
Yeah, but 10 seconds just sounds more funny. Yeah, and with that, I'm going to hazard a guess and say that combat finishes here. With Donk eagerly trying to get across the waterway without burning himself, stepping over the liquidized remains of his brethren and his former human companions, running into the forest with just trails of pee following them.
And when Donk reaches the fire, Snurn will just lift him up and over the fire.
Aww.
So Sage, the minute she sees that combat has ended, she immediately darts over to help with putting out the fire. Immediately, just full on bolts over.
No, it's okay. We got this. We got this. We got this. You can do your thing.
She ignores and just immediately is like helping. Like she grabs another bucket and like going to douse out as much of the fire as she can.
I'm gonna have Paz doing prestidigitation over and over again to snuff out like pieces of the fire.
That's fair enough. Now that you can do that.
What?
I said now that you can do that.
Now,
that sounds
now
fair
I'm
enough.
allowed to. Now I'm allowed to. Now I have permission.
Oh,
Snurn will just take 2 empty buckets and like telekinetically start filling them up, throwing them on the fire, filling them up, throwing them on the fire.
Okay. So over the course of the next sort of 10 to 20 minutes or so, you're able to combat the blazes that have formed. Once the fires have been drenched and everything is just smouldering at that point, you find that not a lot has been damaged except for the exterior of the carriages. Thankfully, you guys did so much work so quickly that nothing inside was damaged. Quite miraculously, I should say. But yeah, the fire is now out. All the threats have been neutralized, and you have someone interested to talk to you on the bank. But it's here that I think we're going to take a quick break because we are getting into about 2.5 hours into the stream, and always good to hydrate. So, Rain, if you'd like to set us
working on it.
Should we meet back? Should we meet back here at? Should we say 25 to?
It's yeah.
10 minutes. Okay.
Just thinking. Then we got about 10 minutes. Yeah. Alrighty, we will see you guys again in a minute. Take care. Hello again, everybody.
We're back into action. Okay. So I
Yeah.
guess after the fire and everything like that, Sage just kind of goes around and makes sure like everyone's okay, and she can see that like all the merchandise is okay, but like she's making sure, double checking.
Okay, yeah. As you're going on, you'd see most people are pretty much okay. Everybody saw the fire and just ran into the woods. The only person that isn't okay, I would say, is the scrawny kid who has a bit of a slight burn on one of his arms from where he came just too close to the fire when trying to put it out. Because he's a dum dum.
Anyone need healing?
Yeah, I could do with some.
Come here,
Maybe.
come here.
Okay.
Yeah, no, come here, come here.
I'm an idiot, I know, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's okay. All of us got a little hurt. I did too. It's okay. Don't worry.
You're bleeding.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
Snurn,
I think
go
you're all
check on our
bleeding.
new friend.
Yeah, we all got shot. It's fine.
Dunk didn't.
You were one of the ones doing the shooting. Of course you didn't
No
get
one.
shot.
Didn't shoot once.
All right, we'll do introductions in a second. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on the first level on the kid. And then Sage, Snurn. Come here and I'll heal you up.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
As you turn to Snurn to say that, you just watch as like one of her wound on her arm just closes up as I use second wind.
Oh, all right then. Sage.
I'm so sorry. Turn to Snurn. That's just so funny.
Snurn.
Turn Snurn.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Your character's name is so fun.
I know.
It makes us all turn into Minecraft.
Accurate. That's actually really accurate.
Sure. Sure.
Sage tentatively comes over.
It's all right. I'm gonna try not to bother you. All right, and then I cast Cure Wounds for let me see how much. It's rolling it for 9 points of healing.
Good okies.
Then I'm gonna cast it on myself. And I get 10 points of healing.
Nice.
Which has me up to full. That's nice.
Oh, you have like no hit points.
What?
You have like no hit
I said,
points.
why you have like no hit points?
I did what I was supposed to. I stayed in the back.
We're smart this time.
And you did really well.
I was good.
But in any case, so once Sage gets healed up, she immediately starts helping clean up like all the mess.
All right.
And
Yeah,
Snurn just walks over to Donk, sits down on the ground, and opens up the cookie jar.
What that?
Cookies.
Cookies.
She just hands him one.
Cookies. It's like the golden cookie monster. he would take the cookie and, whereas before he tentatively ate it, this time he knows what's coming and he just shoves the whole thing in his mouth.
Wow.
He does it. You know that thing where kids do, where they put it in their mouth and they can't chew it because it's so big. You just have that. Like he has like a saucer for a mouth now.
You might. Are you choking? No, you're good. You're good. Okay. He's all right. He's all right.
Got it.
Next time, take it in bites.
Yeah, might do. Thank you for cookie.
Snurn,
Right.
Snurn
Oh, no.
just starts chanting, "One of us,
Oh,
one
dear.
of us."
Cookie. Cookie.
All right.
I've got to
so-
turn these moments of levity. Y'all are going to Barovia soon.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Right. So, tell us about yourself.
Dunk.
Right then. I know that you're not going to kill us in our sleep.
That one gave me cookies.
All right.
And you promised no tax money.
Yep. All right. If that's enough, then
Don't
works for
hate
me.
taxes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
I feel like he's gonna make just a union GAT, Goblins Against Taxes.
Love it. Hey Snurn, can I talk to you real quick?
Mhm.
Can we take a sidebar?
Mhm.
So, are we gonna try and take him with us all the way, or
No.
what's your plan here? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make
wanted
sure.
a buddy.
Okay. Yeah.
He's starting to catch a butterfly. Ooh.
You two should have some fun. You two will have a lot of fun together.
And Snurn is gonna walk back up to him and just hand him a pamphlet.
And
Oh,
she's
no.
doing the soup cult again.
Not for no.
No!
God damn it.
not-
No,
not
it
fun.
was
I
for
prefer cookie.
reading.
I want cookie.
She just hands him a
Snurn, he may not be able to read.
What read?
You just ate a pamphlet. You're supposed to read that.
It tasted awful.
Because you're not supposed to eat it.
Tastes like candles.
That's also
Candles.
concerning, because now I know you've eaten candles.
Don't like candles.
Right, I'm gonna go and find Sage.
Texture not good.
Texture's not good. Yeah, that's the problem with candles.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
Instead of handing Snurn a cookie, I hand him my water skin.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
he just
As
goes
he
to bite the
ingests
water
the
skin.
soup, his skin turns a vibrant shade of blue.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
It's just this now little blue goblin begins to approach.
When he does
I'll
this,
bite
does
ya.
he see his own knuckles?
He then runs over to the river, sort of looks in his reflection. I'm a Smurf! Hate those bastards!
And
Okay,
Snurn is gonna, because I just thought of this line and I have to use it.
Oh,
Snurn is
no.
gonna walk over to Donk and go, is it, so you don't like Smurfs, right? You want to kill a Smurf?
Fucking hate them!
Okay.
Yes!
Is it Smurf murder or Smurder?
You just see like blood start dripping from his ears
Oh!
as he's thinking way too hard about it.
Oh no.
Oh
First killed
God.
my dog.
Whoa! Whoa!
We got so few. Smurfs are now officially canon in Curse of Strahd.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Okay, noted.
Oh god. What have I done?
Why did you make those exist?
I don't know. It was for a bit.
Oh no. Watch this before we get copyright strike.
Tiny blue bastards.
Oh my gosh.
Don't share the berries. He just begins listing off all the things he hates about Smurfs.
Okay, so I have an idea to stop this from being copyrighted. He doesn't hate Smurfs, he hates Vidalkin, but he doesn't know how to say Vidalkin, so he made up the word Smurf.
Yeah.
Because Vidalkin are small blue people.
Oh my gosh. Pat has long since left this conversation and went to go find Sage. Just kind of like, I don't even know what that was.
You'll find Sage kind of like talking to some of the merchants and kind of like checking on all of them, helping them clean up any of the stuff and trying to help patch up any like if the fire made any exposure from on the wagons and stuff like that, like trying to help cover it up so that if it rains or something, goods won't get ruined. Stuff like that.
You know, for the first time, I think we've met somebody who's too dumb to understand the soup thing.
It's a relief.
He ate the pamphlet, though.
Did what?
He ate the pamphlet. Snurn handed him a pamphlet, and he ate it.
Okay.
I don't even know anymore. Luckily, we are not taking that thing with us to Barovia. Seems friendly enough, but I don't know if I want to be responsible for that.
You're not taking Safi.
Well, no.
It's your alternative.
Safi has got a bit of functional brain power.
Yeah, you invited a civilian. Fine. You're
back to right, because
you invited a civilian.
He said no. Plus, I don't know. I thought it would be interesting, at least to have someone else in the party.
Yes, but
he can handle himself.
He can handle himself as a jeweler.
Yeah, and I'm a musician. Sorry. He said that.
No problem. And yes, but he's competent like a jeweler is competent. Not as someone who's meant to go into combat consistently. Put their lives on the line. No one would be going on these type of jobs. Have an alternative.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't have invited him on our way. I'll admit that. Sorry. Hi, Haley. Have a lovely day.
Thank goodness I didn't say anything in that moment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
just quoting Percy.
But it's kind of, oh gosh.
Sorry.
I don't know. I just thought maybe you'd like him. We'd have another friend in the group. I don't know. I have somebody in this group who's not against I don't know, my being here.
Not against you being here. You seem to hold a levity about the situation. You seem to think it's okay to just brush over things. We're not friends, we're co-workers, going on a job that could very well kill us, and you're busy making jokes, inviting jewelers, and proceeding to just brush over everything. I found out from a third party that you seriously lived there. Yeah, you might not remember much, but that would have been kind of nice to know. So if we're not caught off guard, if someone knows who you are and sees you.
Well, if we're coworkers, then why do you need to know about my personal life?
I don't need to know about your personal life. I need to know if anything's going to affect the job. Because it will affect how we blend in. We're going to be outsiders anyway. But if we walk in and you can have either any connections there, if you're able to blend in someplace, if you're able, like, it'll affect the way we can interact with Barovia. If anyone knows you there and they spot you, it could cause both either a positive or negative influence on our survival. You're sitting here going as if it's a joke. And then
I
you
don't.
proceed to try to befriend me and then yell at me when confused on why you wouldn't bring up such a crucial detail.
I joke about it because that is the only way I can face it. Okay? There's reasons I don't remember it. And there's a mental state I don't want to return to. The way I found to cope with all that? Jokes, brushing over things. Because if I stay and think on it for too long, it's not good. Okay? I'd have told you if I'd thought it was necessary. I didn't think it would be, at least not yet. I might have told you with time, but, Victor kind of took that option from me. I didn't tell you before. I wasn't going to tell you before the veil because, frankly, I don't remember how I got through it, okay? It's all foggy. Heck, I can barely remember for months after I came out of the veil. I woke up and I was outside of it and I was here and I had to scrape together a life for myself, okay? So pardon me if I want to maybe have a friend or two. I understand I should have told you, and I think I probably would have eventually. But like you said, you don't want to be friends, so why would I have volunteered that information any sooner than I thought I'd have to?
As long as you would have volunteered it before it became a problem.
I think I would have. But now I don't have that option, and we'll never know that, okay? So we can either stay mad at each other about all this, or we can start over. I'd like to start over. You're a good person. I can see that. But I get it if you don't want to start over.
I don't think it's physically possible to properly start over. We still have memories. But I do prefer working well. As long as you don't continue inviting people, have no business going into combat.
All right. I won't do that anymore. The look on your face, however, when you saw Safi in the caravan was hilarious.
Whacks you upside the head.
All right, I probably deserve that. We good?
Very well. Help me get this tarp over the hole. She doesn't shake your hand. You can tell that she's like, go.
All right. And Paz helps with the cleaning and repairs as well, using prestidigitation to get rid of char marks and stuff like that.
Okay. Cool beans. I'd say it takes you better part of about an hour to get everything all sorted and make sure everything's okay. By the time you're finished, it all looks pretty good. It looks not long-term sturdy, but enough to get them to the next town. Without any major incidents going, they should be okay. Sounds that. And one of the merchants approaches you guys. Says, "Hey, just thought I'd let you know we rifled through their stuff. We haven't got much to compensate you on top of this journey. But thought you guys could use this. And they'll produce a sack of coins for you all. And inside the bag, you will find 9 electrum pieces, 10 gold, 45 silver, and 36 copper.
Ooh.
Do you text that so we can figure out how to split it?
Yeah, I'll pop that in the group chat now.
My first thought is just we make a party fund out of that.
Yeah.
Could make a party fund. Work. All right, who's gonna hold the party fund though?
It's a donk.
No,
Oh.
absolutely not.
I'd say we give it to one of the ones that's not mentally insane.
So that rules out 2 of us.
Wow.
Sage is holding the money.
Looks like it.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to give it to the one that's not financially responsible?
Yeah, you
So
know what?
mean to Paz.
Or the one who has a pension from mass production?
We just got another follower.
Mm.
Hello there.
Nice. Welcome aboard to the chaos.
It's nice to meet you, Chaotic Soul Zero. Any relation to Chaotic Luck? Is there a chaotic family we need to know of?
Well,
Chaotic. Is
yeah.
this your child? Is this your new child? No. Good morning.
And in any
Alright.
case, though,
Good morning to
Sage,
you.
Sage, after talking to some of the merchants, she tries to figure out which ones are gonna go back, like which one's gonna go back town, and she's going to hand them a note for the blacksmith, basically saying, "Sorry, it ran out of time before, like I could swing by," and it's basically saying, "Let's get a drink if I ever get back town."
All right, cool.
And just whatever caravan is going back to town, Snurn takes like a knapsack full of cookies and sticks Donk on it.
Okay. It's going to be a while before they get back to Simparica. They're going through a course up towards the dwarves, so it's going to take them a bit of time to do so.
Tells them don't worry about it, because like she figures she's going to probably be gone for quite a while anyway.
I mean, we can always do it regardless. It's up to you.
I'll probably be gone for quite a while. If you make it back, hopefully before me. Maybe not hopefully. Could you give us to him?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I can do that.
And she hands him a gold piece for their trouble.
Nice.
All right,
Walks
before
off
they
and
all
continue.
leave, let's say goodbye to our friend Safi, and then we can, I guess, be on our way to.
We have one more day of travel.
Yeah.
We have more days of travel.
This would be no. So you've had 2 days already.
Okay.
Travel from Imperica to the Vale will take about 3 days. So this would be the final leg of your journey.
Right. Okay, we got one more day. Good to know.
Yeah.
Narn, are you taking Donk with us, or is Donk staying behind?
Donk is going back home.
Oh, don't wanna.
Well, I don't think you want to come with us.
Where you going?
Should we tell him, or?
Barovia.
All right, we're telling him, I guess.
Oh, what that?
Full of
This place?
vampires.
Ooh,
No, not ooh.
No.
I've read Twilight.
That's not representative of
Get us
vampires.
copyrighted.
They're not.
I think it's a wonderful book.
Gotta get us copyrighted.
Its quality is unparalleled.
The only
They're not
literature he can read is shitty literature.
Yeah.
Trust me, don't.
Let me see pamphlets.
And they are not friendly either.
They weren't friendly, they were toxic.
Well, the ones we're about to go face are worse, and I don't think you'd want to come and deal with that.
Yeah, I do.
Snurn, you're gonna have to do this. Snurn, take care of
Take me with you.
Oh no, Snurn, take care of it.
No.
Take care of it before I burn it alive.
Whoa,
Go.
safe.
Go home. I have friends at home. They will make you many cookies as you want.
Where you're home.
They will take you there.
Who will?
The people in the caravan.
The meat bags.
Yes.
Eat them.
Go.
Not.
Dogs just discovered cannibalism.
No, No cannibalism. I heard of a gang leader who did that. She was terrifying.
I want a gang.
No.
Then, and when he says this, she hands him another pamphlet. Join the souptologists.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You're just gonna continue closing. Oh no.
Did it work?
You roll high?
Donk reads it, really absorbs the words, meanings that could be contrived from this. Looks at you, folds it up.
No thanks.
Ah!
He rolled a natural 20.
I'm not even mad at that. That's fabulous.
The dumbest character you have come across yet does not approve of your soup cult.
Then she's gonna.
He's saying this.
She's gonna go. Okay. I need to reconsider. Give me a second. She runs off. She scribbles on a new piece of paper. Returns. Hands him another pamphlet. It's the cookie cult.
Snurn, don't start another cult.
Did he do it again?
This is very convincing.
Oh no, she's starting too now.
The world is a double stuff Oreo.
What does that even mean?
The stuff is the mantle, the biscuit is the crust.
I don't even know what to do with this anymore,
Fuck
Sage.
flat Earth. I believe in Oreo Earth. Mrs. Nern just goes, "You will go to my home. You will spread the word of the of the cookie cult."
I will, my lord.
Oh no.
I will teach them to dunk. Because that is how you eat a biscuit.
Oh my god.
We are
Right,
the
But not
Biz
in
no.
orange
No.
juice because that's weird as fuck.
cult. We are the Biz cult.
Biscuit.
This is how our campaign's going.
Yeah.
Okay.
How it started
Okay.
versus how it's going.
Okay. Okay.
Started with Satan and Paz
Calm down,
arguing with
Paul.
each other. There was soup and a cookie cult.
Right, before you start any more cults, Snurn, come on.
And so
We can rather face the veil at this point. Let's go.
as
What
Donk,
about spaghetti?
No. When he
There's
starts
actually a
saying that,
legit
when he starts
spaghetti
saying
cult.
that,
yeah.
Paz puts her paws around where Snurn's ears would be. No.
You just hear under her breath, Pastafarian.
I'm starting to think that Jean-Paul Sartre was right when he said hell is other people.
Oh,
kidding.
you
When
love us really.
Once
You love us
Donk
really.
leaves, Nern just
Yes.
goes, "You wanted him gone, he is gone. I wanted him safe, he is safe."
Good for you. Let's go. The sooner we get there, the sooner we get back, and the sooner I get away from talk of random food cults. What is happening? She just starts walking.
Make a Curse of Strahd campaign, I said. Make it dark and gritty, I said.
With
It's time
us,
to go make 2 fucking food cults.
please let this be a normal field trip with the friends. No way.
Please let this be a normal campaign.
With Misty Owl Gaming, no way.
It's the fact that I think right at some point We're actually going to have to end up facing a food god after how many cults you make.
I will be the food god.
It's Gordon Ramsay.
Hang on. Let me write that down.
Harry,
That
if
is
it's not
gold.
Gordon Ramsay, I'll flip a table.
Write that down again. I'm genuinely writing this down.
No, but it's a satyr, so it makes sense.
Gordon Ramsay.
Nice.
Oh.
Where's the lamb sauce? Takes two pieces of bread and puts snow in between them. What are you?
Snarn.
Guys, I guess we get traveling.
This meat is so raw, the vampire is coming after it.
Yes, I love that.
Okay, I guess
Can we
traveling.
please? Can we go back to the dark, gritty vampire stuff?
Yeah, so all food cults have been removed from this. Yeah, so having fixed everything up, there's enough time for a small, very quick breakfast. As various rations are brought and heated up. And you guys begin to move on with your day. As opposed to the previous 2 days being quite nice and sunny, it's very cloudy overhead. The start of some drizzle starting. Wind speeds are okay, nothing too strong, no gales or anything like that, but just a slight breeze going through. I had to. Thing is, I was at work. Sometimes someone said,
gales just hitting you in the face.
I'm still not over that session. The thing is, at work, people often say to me, "Oh, it's blowing a gale outside." I have to just try not to laugh. But yeah, weather's really not good. However, in the near distance, you see what appears to be this large, white, opaque sheet rising up from the forest line high into the sky. You can see you're a few miles away from it, and you can tell very quickly that this is the Veil, the very magical barrier that separates Barovia and the rest of the continent. And after a few hours of rain and miserable conditions, you arrive at the foot of this barrier, which, as you've gotten closer, it's become less like a sheet and just more like a formless, vaporous cloud. You see little tendrils wisping out here and there, only to dissipate, and more coming back. This feels alive, in a sense, even though it's a fog. There is something almost unnerving, something other about this. And as the trail of caravans pulls closer, you can see people reaching for holy symbols, sort of muttering prayers under their breaths. As you know, not many people that pass through the veil return, and those that do are forever altered. And as you arrive here at the veil, the carriage pulls to a stop, and the leader of the caravan says, "Right, those suicidal, people looking for you may disembark, and may the gods you worship be on your side."
Thanks for taking us this far.
Thanks for protecting us.
Least we could do.
Well, yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.
By the
We'll
way,
need it.
during the traveling had gone off by herself, like in like a area where there wasn't really many people for like about an hour-ish.
Okay.
Still, like, she was still like probably in one of the wagons, stuff like that, but one that didn't have anyone in it. And she's doing basically what she did at back in the city when she disappeared, Harry.
Oh, yeah.
Of it.
I think I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And then, okay. Just want to make note of that happened.
Noted. Noted.
So,
Right.
here we go.
Sage also kind of like shakes Sapphire's hand and before they leave.
You take care now, Sage. And if you do come back, consider myself lucky to see you again.
I'll try to find some jewels for you.
I'd appreciate that. Take care.
Kind of dips her head and then joins up with the party.
Paz goes over to Safi as well. Thanks for the company and for the advice.
Happy to.
Whew.
Things seem a little easier. I know it's early days still, but look. And stick at it. You guys are doing great.
Appreciate it. Safe travels.
And you.
And Paz goes over to the others. Right.
Alrighty.
And Snurn just hops off the caravan and goes and tries to find one of the holes that leads down into what was the Kobold network of tunnels under the Vale and under Barovia.
Okay.
Just trying to find them a way in that would have them least affected by the Vale.
Make me a nature check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. From what you can tell, this area is somewhat separated from the Kobold tunnels. Because it's relatively flat around this area. There's not as many areas where the mountainous terrain can be taken advantage of. From what you can tell, the best way of getting in is just by going straight through.
Oh, wow.
And you also remember from when you left Barovia the first time, regardless of whether you go over or underground, still be facing the Vale.
Okay.
Time to pierce the veil.
Da, 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 da.
I'm so excited. Let's do this. Let's go.
And Snurn, just once she realizes there's no avoiding the Vale, she just gets like this stupid grin on her face and charges headfirst through it.
Oh! And she's gone. Let's try and stick together. And she's... Paz kind of holds her necklace. And she just kind of brings it up really quick and like kisses the ring. Goes, all right. Time to go home. And she steps into the Vale.
Okay.
Sage takes like one like glance back at the caravan. Cause there's chickening out. He walks in.
Okay. Upon walking into the Vale, you realize very quickly that you are surrounded by the swirling white fog of this place. You don't see anybody else around you at the present moment. And even though you can see no one around you, and there's no movement in the fog, you feel, all of you, that you are being watched. Every step and every breath is monitored by something as yet unseen. Paz.
Oh boy.
You are able to steel yourself and continue forward, blindly feeling around for any rocks. And as you just said, you come across what remains of a dead tree blocking your path. Snurn, as you wander, you find yourself almost tripping over stones and dead tree roots that block your path. And Sage, as you begin moving through the fog, and you keep your eyes fixed upon the horizon, continuing forwards, you hear a voice behind you. Is that you, Sage?
Here's flick back. Like she stops.
Could that really be you? Oh, it's been so long. Aren't you going to look at your old friend Cyrus?
I keep moving forward, Cyrus.
What do you mean?
Find him. You. To keep moving forward.
If you keep moving forwards, how will you be able to reconnect? It has been so long since I saved your life that day.
Another chance thanks to you. Don't move forward, I'll never find the man. I need to kill him first.
And I'm sure you will. Those were incredibly deadly. You remember how to pray, don't you? Like I taught you.
I do.
Won't you pray with me? For old time's sake.
I don't pray in front of others anymore.
Oh? Why ever not?
Weakness.
So what is always your biggest fear? Are you sure you won't look at me? There's nothing to be afraid of. It's still me.
Oh, well, Cyrus, one day I'll find you again.
Cyrus goes quiet. A second voice pipes up. Want to find me, Sage?
That's not fair.
What do you
Fair.
Sage, why are you doing this? You up?
Here. Get out.
Sage.
Read your pelt. Get out.
He will like your pain.
Sleep.
Enjoy hurting you. As I was hurt. And the voice of Shadow fades. You hear another voice. This one somewhat new to you. So who is this? Not a child. The others. Why do you come here? What is it you seek? Revenge? Redemption? Do you wish to join my court of blood?
As close as she pulls out a rapier and just swings.
I'm afraid that won't work in here. I'm afraid we may not meet for a while. But I like to see the kind of people enter my domain. Intrigue me.
Out of my head.
Nothing in your head, dear, except the pain you carry with you. I am everywhere else. Come find me when you're ready. We have much to discuss. And this third voice paints. And you're once again alone.
Slowly, like, opens her eyes to make sure she's alone.
As far as you can see, the only thing you see is the swirling white mass of fog. It's quiet.
Back for the dead. She uses her rapier and starts walking forward.
Okay. After a good minute or so, you step forward, expecting to see more fog. Find yourself clear. You have passed through the veil.
Collapses and just starts sobbing. Try sobbing this, not with the amount of sleep I've gotten.
That's fair enough.
Can
Now
I just note that my heartbeat went up to 113 BPM?
Wow.
My stomach tied itself in a knot.
Well, that is Sage through the veil. Snurn.
As Snurn is walking through the veil, she's just going Snurn, 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 Snurn.
It's giving Harry
Snurn.
Potter puppet pals.
Dumbledore! As Snurn is repeating her own name, you hear a voice. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Snurn?
Snurn just looks over to her right.
Snurn sees a red kobold,
Mm-hmm.
about 3.5 foot, maybe 3'8" tall. Scar over his left eye. It's a scar that Snurn remembers well.
Mm-hmm.
He's wears similar trappings of a kobold, except on his back is a fox skin cloak. What brings you back here, Snurn?
Murder.
You remember how, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I taught you.
Mm-hmm.
I taught you to murder.
Mm-hmm.
You left me to die.
And she just, at that, her cheery expression just fades.
You left us all to die, Snur. You ran, as a coward does. You are no warrior of ours. You failed. But there is a chance to redeem yourself, Snur.
Mm-hmm.
Come with me.
And he holds out a hand.
I can make you whole again. We all can. Always were my favorite.
Snern just looks at him, and with a wisdom save that I made for myself because I set my own DC for something like this, she just looks at him and goes, "You know that's not how it happened. I know that's not how it happened."
It's how it happened to me.
And she looks him in the face and goes, "There's one thing that you taught me that I still have not had the chance to repay. Eye for an eye." And she takes out her sword, she gives herself a scar in the exact same spot, and walks off.
As Snern walks off, both the voice and the image of Nukro dissipates. And you hear a voice that at first is unfamiliar,
Mm-hmm.
but having lived in Barovia, it is disturbing. You do not know why. So you have returned too. Why? Why
Cookies.
did you come back?
Soup. I want to expand my cult. I think having a vampire in my cult would be really cool.
You mean the funny little soup?
She's just not taking him seriously whatsoever.
My dear little. That's a passing fad. If you really want to take advantage of the people, push your own agenda, unite people,
I do unite people
then
through soup.
you unite people at a dinner table. It's cushy, view that. But power, true unity, is eternal.
No.
Like the sun and suit yourself.
She just goes, "Friends have end. Partners have end, like boyfriend, girlfriend. But soup has no end. Soup is forever."
Gosh.
Gosh dang it, Rain.
You will find no converts here, my little lizard friend. Those within these walls, whether undead or not, they are united by one thing: soup.
Yeah.
They are united by me. Through loyalty or fear,
Okay.
I connect every single person in this country.
And at that, Snern stops and she starts thinking and she goes, "Okay, I understand. I get it. If I convert you, I convert them all."
Oh my gosh.
Gosh.
You will not find me a con.
I have other things to take priority. You may enter. It would be interesting to see how you die. And with that, the voice dissipates. And again, you're alone.
Mhm.
It's quiet.
Snurn just continues.
Okay.
That was the most stressful 3 seconds of silence I've ever had.
After another couple of minutes, like Sage, you emerge from the veil.
Mm-hmm.
And now we cut back to Paz.
Oh, here we go.
Who... This is all happening pretty much instantaneously, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But Paz, you are still wandering through the veil. For the longest time, you see nothing, hear nothing. Until to your left. Bless my stars. Is that you, my dear Paz?
Well
Could it be
played.
you?
Well played. Oh boy. Hello.
After all this time, you've returned. What are you
Didn't
doing
exactly.
here?
Not really quite sure myself, but I've got some ideas.
I bet you do. You were always a smart one.
I
Oh, it's good
wish
to hear your voice. See your
it-
face.
it's really good to hear yours too. She's gonna turn and look.
Yeah, you see a very familiar tabaxi looking back at you. Dressed quite simply in waistcoats, shirt and trousers. The thing you hold on to most, things you missed, were his eyes, the way they looked when they saw you, and the soft smile plays on his lips as he mentions your name.
Hey, Candle.
My love.
I missed you.
You have no idea how much I've missed
How are the girls?
me and the girls.
How are
They're...
they?
Well, they miss their mother.
I
They
miss
really
them.
miss their mother. You could come say hello.
It'd be
I think
nice
they'd
to.
like to see you.
I can't do that just yet. I wish I could, but there's stuff I need to do here first.
You're gonna find her, ain't you? The one who did this to us.
I want to. I hope to. Worst part is, I know that he's listening right now. So he's hearing everything, and it might not even be you that I'm talking to, but there's a part of me that doesn't care anymore.
Will he use anything anyway? That's Barovia for you.
I got out. Just like we always wanted.
You did. You did me proud. You did us all proud.
It didn't mean as much without you three.
No, we were there with you.
Take that. I've got to keep going on. I know
understand.
how. I don't quite remember how all this works. We may have had this very conversation before. But I can't stay here.
You go do what you do best. Kill. Murder. Destroy.
See, I would have hoped you'd have said my songs, but you know.
No. Because you did such a great job killing us. Far better than any sonnet. Any jig. The murder of our little girls.
You're already dead, you know that. You all were.
Thing is, you can blame her as much as you want. But you put the nail in the coffin. You killed us.
No, I didn't.
You stayed. You stayed in Barovia when we could have left. Together. It was you. Then why didn't you?
Wouldn't have been safe for the girls, you know that. The veil would have torn their minds apart.
I would have been safer than leaving us to die. We were cattle.
I thought we had more time, okay? I was wrong. I'm always wrong.
Little comfort for the dead, my love. We'll see you soon.
I don't doubt it.
That
We all agree.
he too disappears. And another voice joins the conversation. This one you would know well, having heard it across the breeze. Little passion of the cards. Welcome home, my child.
Go lick a cactus.
Still so.
Think I'm allergic to the fog. I'm actually sneezing. Give me just a sec, guys. Sorry. I'm allergic to the veil.
You. It's obvious why you're. Your accomplices. They were somewhat difficult to pass. You hide your heart on your sleeve. Or more specifically around your neck. I don't blame you, Kelly. I really don't. It's like you said. They were already dead.
You and your stupid kin are the ones who killed my family. You know what? We're just getting started. Already killed one of yours. Pushed her off the bloody roof.
I did.
I don't know if you saw that or not, but I hope you did.
I saw enough.
Good.
That was well played. You keep your blade clean and let gravity do the rest.
Died of natural causes. Gravity's natural.
You always were smart. I can't wait to see you think your way out of the trial and tribulations ahead of you.
Well, at least we both agree. No trap's gonna keep me in. I'm done with that life.
We shall see. I'll be in touch.
Sure you will. Goofy idiot.
I hope you like what I've done with the place since you left.
Home's where the heart is. The heart's not there anymore. So. Right, when do I get out of this stupid veil thing? If I don't get out, I'll start playing the most repetitive, annoying song I can, and I know you can hear this.
Give it your best shot.
Oh, really?
And the voice dissipates. The world is quiet again.
I always did hate the silence here. With that, she takes out her viol and starts playing a very shrill tune. It sounds almost like mosquito tones.
Okay.
Yeah. She's just spinning and playing it, and like, but the fur around her eyes is getting more and more damp as she treks through the fog playing.
You elicit no response. But after a few minutes, after spinning, playing the viol, you two exit the veil. And the three of you are now standing on a top of a hill. And as you stand together, get your bearings, you realise that you're standing in snow, just above your ankle. Reflected somewhat in the snow is the sun and the sky, which, now that you look at it, is... The sun should be up, should be getting close to late morning, but it doesn't feel like it. The sky, which normally is a beautiful light blue, is now a shade of crimson. And the sun, nothing more than a dip hanging in the sky. And aside from your sounds of your breaths and the stifling of your sobs, you realise that there's nothing. No bird song, no animal calls, nothing but the sound of the breeze whistling through the snow-laden trees. And upon the breeze, you hear a few words carried along by the same voice you all encountered in the vale. Welcome to my land. Folks, into Barovia. And that's where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Was it? There is
I
one
think.
thing.
Good.
There's one
Oh
thing
my
I'd like to
God.
do before we end.
Okay, you have... Yeah, you can do something, yeah?
I'd just like to, now that we're in Barovia, I'd like to find one of the entrances into the Kobold tunnel network.
Be for next time.
Okay.
Though.
Yeah, that'll be for next time.
Okay. Perfect.
As Paz kind of looks out over the land, she puts her hand to her necklace again and just kind of goes, "You and me forevermore, my love."
Is Sage doing anything in this moment?
She's not looking at everyone. She's trying to stop herself from sobbing, basically. Trying to get it to stop.
Okay.
And I guess, like, as a bit of an antithesis to that, for the first time, like outside of combat, y'all see no expression on Snurn's face whatsoever.
With that, we'll end the session there.
That was
So the prologue's done.
Oh, that's so good. My heart rate. Holy crap.
Well, see y'all next time, probably in like a week and a half, I think.
Yeah, we'll figure out
That's
the
our
times.
next, I think.
Or like we go back to Menagerie next time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's
We'll
gonna be the 8-hour session.
Yeah.
Brace yourselves.
I'm looking forward to waking up early for that one.
Alright. See y'all.
Thank you for tuning in tonight, guys.